Itchy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, but I'm about to put. And here is the context to that part of the conversation where I already made it very clear that I wanted nothing to do with it. Let me find it.
Don't mind me, guys. I just got back from the gym.
Was that why you
Hi,
sang?
everybody. What?
What?
Damn,
What are you
you
saying?
disabled it.
I disabled what?
As soon as you said that, I was going to pick one of your exercise things.
Ha 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 ha. Oh shit. Now I do. Thank you, Zammy.
Yes.
See, this is what happens when I'm kind of tired. I just got back out of the gym. Home from the gym.
Here is the rest of the
And I haven't
context to
eaten
that.
food. Ramen. Okay, well, someone read me because.
There we go. I mean, Berries, after reading these.
WAP. We are professionals.
After reading these, be honest with me. Am I too big of an asshole?
No.
Or is everything that I said to her in that message like I pretty much called her out action for everything she was trying?
No, because it sounds like she's wanting it. Actively trying to get a fucking response out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. And that's exactly, I mean, did I make that clear in my DM? I want to make sure that I'm clear with this person.
Yeah, no, you're making it very clear. I think she's just doing it because she wants the reaction.
Like yeah, I said, she just wants attention in some way.
Like I said, she's a trend follower, and one of the trends is basically getting reactions out of people.
Well, here's the thing, though. She hasn't responded since. Scaly hit me up. He's like, "Oh, hey, I'm really interested in how this turns out. Please post if she responds." She never responded. Anyway, hello everyone. Sorry, I was just dealing with a thing.
No, this is the one time when it'd be appropriate just to send a message saying it's because I'm white, isn't it?
She's white too.
Yeah, but she's in Africa.
Yeah, I think she's still white.
No, she looks very yellow in that picture.
Well, maybe she's Asian, but I don't know.
Related to Donald Trump.
But, well, yeah, that's spray tan.
That's orange.
Offsprings. Color could be getting diluted. No,
yeah, mix them with the Asians. They're turning like a yellowish orange.
Like Trump's family line could have stopped inbreeding, so it's diluting the color.
Happy Hump Day, everybody! As you can tell, Aries and Rog are in very special mood today, which is really great because I'm here eating hungry because I just got back from the gym.
I'm
Asian noodle.
I'm just asking for opinions on if I'm if I'm just being a piece of shit asshole, or if I was like,
Aries, Sammy wants you to stop insulting lemons.
See, here's the thing: if lemons were so good, then why did everyone recommend to turn them into lemonade? They want to eradicate the existence of lemons.
If lemons are so good, then why is it that everybody looks like they're about to shit their pants whenever they take a bite out of one?
Because they're so yummy?
Like, their faces get all scrunched up like they're really concentrating, like, on not shitting their pants.
Say that, but have you ever seen those little cartons of the lemon juice that people usually buy for pancakes? I don't know if you have them over there.
Bottles of lemon juice for pancakes?
Yeah, they've been like little bottles that are shaped like lemons, or they could just be in a big glass.
Yeah, we have those.
Yeah, we have those. We don't put them. I haven't heard of putting them in pancakes.
It's probably a European thing, but I used to drink them.
Why does this not surprise me?
And he doesn't spend a lot of time in the bathroom, so I mean, clearly it's working.
I used to really like them.
True. That's how he gets his super poops.
Well, there you have it. If you want to take good care of your, bowels and intestines and whatnot, just drink a lot of lemon juice, and Dr. Aries endorses that.
Okay,
So
brown sugar and fresh lemon juice. I need to write this down because I apparently that's a thing.
I don't like pancakes.
Oh, you're broken. What do you like? You're like one of you're as picky as one of my children, aren't you?
No, I just don't
Probably
like
Nova.
garbage food.
Probably like Nova. Well, and then you don't what? You don't like seafood, was it, or something?
I don't like shellfish because it's gross.
Yeah, that's just even just look at the people who look at that food who wants to eat it. Just
Yeah,
that
it's
shit is
fucking
nasty.
shrimp's like chewing on a piece of gristle, and everybody tells me how well you haven't had it made right, but then nobody in the world apparently knows how to make shrimp. Because I've had shrimp from a lot of different restaurants and
Fried
different
shrimp is so
people's
good.
different people's homes, like different people
Or
that cook it
grilled shrimp
different
with
ways.
garlic butter sauce. Oh my yum. Don't mind me. This is my fast,
So,
quick meal because I had to rush.
and aside from the fact I have a partial issue with food that looks like mutated tapeworm,
Oh, well,
Very
are they?
true, Zammy. Very true.
What?
Anything with garlic butter sauce is amazing.
deficit.
Yeah, that's not very good. I mean, I don't mind
Broken.
fish. Regular fish is fine. It's just I don't like shellfish. Clams and oysters, or I don't know, both or one or the other. I don't know whichever ones I've had. They're like slimy, or they're just like sucking a loogie out of a shell and trying to eat it or something like that somebody placed there for you specifically to suck out. It's fucking
Yeah,
gross.
see, I haven't had a mussel or oyster. I would try them, but it doesn't look appealing. I have to
Looks like
say,
somebody popped a testicle sack on the shell and just told people to eat it.
what is that other? There's this certain kind of
Have you ever
seafood that
eaten
I
mountain oysters?
no.
Oh, you should.
Why?
No, you'd probably like it. You eat shrimp.
Does it taste like shrimp?
Well, I don't know. Never ate one. Fucking disgusting. But some people do. I've never had lobster, but I'm assuming that it has the same texture and tastes just like shrimp.
Well, Sammy, I can't really knock eating testicles if I don't try it. So, nah.
Does we knew what it was?
Yep.
Oh,
Lobsters,
I'm surprised you.
aside from it being seafood, I just can't. Oh, fucking boiling them while they're alive thing.
Yeah, that's a little inhumane.
Who do that need to be?
Well, anything that you hear like well, and that's why I don't like even hunting. Like I don't hunt. Like my whole family hunts. I do not hunt because and I will eat meat. I have no problem
Well,
eating meat or anything
you're
like
not
that. I'm not going
cooking
to
the
be
deer while it's still alive.
I know, but I'm just saying like yeah, I don't hunt
It's
cuz
more of a
it
thing
just
because I have the same thing. 'Cause like kinds of animals can't stand hunting. Like I
yes,
won't.
gobbling and swallowing should be separate activities though. Very true.
I
Gobbling
have.
and
I
swallowing.
have gotten to the point though where I know that people go out hunting, but as long as they're not going out on like mass exterminating runs or like the one or two actually think for fun.
Around where I live, the people they they've tried and still
Flax,
do.
you know Zammy's right. Don't
Uh,
no ellipses there is needed.
controlling the deer population because deer actually cause more accidents in my area than other drivers. Or cause, well, I guess not really accident. Well, yeah, it's kind of an accident. Lots and lots of automobile damage
Yep. In my
coming through
area,
people's windshields and shit.
in the UP, we actually had to um we had to make sure get more wolves to breed because deer were becoming
'Cause-
too.
Yeah, that's the problem we have. We killed all the wolves, and now we have a problem.
Yep, we had a big wolf season because wolves were getting out of hand. So we had wolves killed. And now we have a deer problem because we don't have enough wolves eating deer. So we keep fucking up the ecosystems.
It sounds like it's a problem that was created by people and being, in quotations, solved by people.
Yep. But also, what we do is
they killed off
more
all
deer.
the wolves in my area. Like back in, I think the last wolf was killed in my state in like 1901 or something. That was before they discovered that holy shit, ecosystems are important and we need to, not destroy them. But wolves just never regained a threshold in the area, so.
Yeah, they probably have to move wolves from out of area into area.
They do. I mean, we have a bunch of coyotes that have crossbred with wolves like fucking 100 years ago or whatever, but yeah, it's the coyotes, they only go after the baby deer. I guess unless it's like a really big pack, they generally don't go after a fully grown deer.
Coyotes are just like dogs, so.
My mum recently got another dog. We know it's mixed with something, and I'm positive it's one or two things it is. The picture phrase because trying to understand is fucking impossible.
Oh my god. Of course, you're gonna do this when I can't. I want Rog to explain this to me.
The picture's a bit blurry because I could not get a picture standing still.
God damn it. Well, that doesn't make pictures with Rog very easy.
She's guaranteed to be at least a German Shepherd, but I know she's part of something else. It can only be one or two things. I can't figure out which one. Judging off of how she plays, I think I know what it is.
She's so pretty.
And what she does with her nose when she's playing, kind of reinforce at that point. And given where I come from,
well, what do you think it's mixed with? Hello?
But Death just Oh, Discord crashed.
Oh. Hello?
That's what happens when you let a woman take her wheels. Crashes.
Oops.
What'd you do?
I exited out of the picture, and apparently that was actually exiting out of Discord.
Well, that'll do it.
When she's doing the playful bark, it sounds like she's part husky or Malamute. They have very similar playing barks. Other thing it could be, because of where she's from and what she does with her nose, is I think she's part wolf.
Wow, what'd she do with her nose that makes her part wolf?
It's the way she wrinkles it. It's
like a snarl.
Yeah, I've played with a wolf before, and it is very fucking similar.
Well, yeah, of course Arius has played with wolves. That sounds like something he would do. He just goes out in nature and...
He probably was raised by a couple, too.
That explains a few things.
It was at a sanctuary, and I...
Like trying to show his genitalia on stream.
Yeah, he was trying to assert his alpha dominance.
Well, I mean, Twitch allowed that shit, so, you know. No, it was at a wolf sanctuary. It was fucking years ago, and I distinctly remember that day because the wolf had come over to the fencing, and we once it was one of those things where it had the fence, and then it had the barriers past it, so that people couldn't get their fingers bitten off. I had climbed over the fence, and the wolf had basically shoved his fat ass up against the gate so I could scratch it. And then one of the people running the place just ran out in an absolute fucking panic. No, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. You just look at the wolf, it's just staring at me with the biggest fucking puppy eyes in the world.
Like, all I want is some love.
I wanted love. the lady comes out and screaming and freaking the fuck out. Well, did you
Yeah.
tell
I
her
ha-
that the wolf just like that you're like a that's one of your relatives, you were like raised by one of those things, like
We just pointed at it, and the wolf is just. She just came over to us asking for butt scratches.
well, at least I didn't try to eat your face. Anyway, what do you want me to explain to you, woman? What
What?
do we I don't know, you said you wanted me to explain something
I
to you.
put the picture of
To-
the dog in
Yeah,
the
to
group
describe the
chat.
picture to me.
Oh God.
You
Oh
know,
no.
pictures with Rog.
Oh no. uh,
No, not today.
uh, I don't think I'm ready for that today. Not live on stream anyway. I'll do it with you guys next time though. But honestly, if it's just a picture of a dog, I'll probably just see it. Unless the chat really wants
Nope.
me to.
Nope. The background was not black enough. You would have
The-
definitely
Oh.
seen.
The background is
Probably a
similar
horse
color
dick.
to the dog in
Yeah.
the picture.
Oh God, I would have never seen it then. It would have been like that one picture that Potato Frog sent me of her and her boyfriend on a fucking vacation or something, where it just looked like they bought like the Predator armor or whatever, but they were only able to afford half of it, so I couldn't see their upper halves, but there was like 2 pairs of legs just standing in the picture.
Like those construction workers with the camo pants and the high vis vests. Like, do they want to be seen or not?
Yep. It's very confusing. So anyway, what's on the podcast this week, guys? What's been going on in the world of stuff? You know?
Mhm.
One,
eating.
ow, and two, I completely forgot I increased the volume on my computer. Fuck.
You're welcome.
Well, I was talking that loud.
Dave
No.
set off one of the fucking audio prompts on my thing.
Oh,
Yep.
I showed you the full video of that, didn't I?
of what?
The Fuck It All song.
Yes. Yes. Hmm.
It has no right being that good.
Well,
Oh.
really?
It's the Let It Go song, but someone rewrote it to Fuck It All.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't think I've ever heard the Let It Go song either. I think it's like an Elsa movie
It is Elsa.
thing. Yeah.
This is the only version I actually like.
Oh, well. I've never heard the regular one, so. What the fuck?
Unfortunately.
Oh, you like Elsa Disney movies and stuff?
No, I saw it. It was Kingdom Hearts that was. They had singing it at some point. I just completely toned out the actual sing.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound good. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, I thought I had. Oh. Alright.
Actually, have any topics this week, or is it another case of where it and the next episode felt like it was the day after?
Rog's wife is here.
Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, you became
Glad
a
you could-
subscriber because Perplex was gifting out subs,
Like, how
and
the
so you
fuck-
are now subbed to.
Why the fuck am I here?
Okay, let's see. Let's look at our I have no idea if we actually have anything on the agenda for today. Oh, did you guys see the Instagram thing that I sent you? Texas Welder sent that to me. And I
Oh, is it another boring Russian chick complaining about her problems?
no, it was about a different
Canadian squirting.
podcast. Yes, Canadian squirting. Who
To
knows?
do with Clocks' stream.
Oh no.
Apparently.
Oh god. I'm sorry,
Apparently there
Clocks.
was even an orgy and
Oh, well,
yeah.
she's upgraded from dancing.
Clocks, I didn't think you were doing that kind of.
They actually so apparently there was a
Well, whatever.
competition to see who squirt the farthest. Clax, did you win?
Saw a girl shoot a ping
Good
pong
God,
ball out
stop
of her.
spreading shit around.
I seen a woman shoot a ping pong ball out of her vagina once. That was pretty cool. But I don't know if like what all Clocks gets up to. She might be a champion of this. She might have been the one that taught that chick that. I don't know. But yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
now we got
Oh,
a UFO report.
let's see. Oh, we could do Google's urine
God damn.
insertion. The comp was for distance, not spreading shit. Oh my God, Sammy.
Wait, what?
So we were talking about how Clocks. It's Clocks who did that competition, right? That's what we were talking. Well, Clocks said, "Stop spreading shit."
Apparently,
And
one
Sammy
of those
said,
people in that spot.
"No, the comp was for distance, not for spreading shit."
Apparently, I'm in that fucking podcast as well because when she was going on about it, the guy just pipes out with, "Actually, no, it's farther, not further." While they're talking about fucking squirting.
Christ.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
what?
there's more than one Aries in the world, guys.
Wrapping
Oh,
into a
great.
ball of flames.
Okay, so Google's year in search. What is bullshit is this gonna pull up,
Yeah,
guys?
even on the basis
Google's-
of a 1 in a million, that'd be another what, 7,000 at least.
Oh my God. We don't know, please. No.
Huh. So SpaceX has managed to do something that no space agency has been able to do in the history of space.
Space? What's that?
They managed to blow up their rocket twice. The same rocket blew up twice over the ocean. It was the
Oh,
Mars rocket. I don't know how maybe they like ripped open a time warp or something, and it like that people saw it blow up twice, or what the fuck's going on? But yeah, that's just pretty.
How the hell would they be? Like,
I
how
don't know
far
how you can
apart
manage
was
to get a that
When-
sounds like it's got a lot of military potential right there. Reusable rocket.
When did it blow up twice? Was it as it was launching or back down?
According to this, it's coming back.
If it was launching, I would have been able to say it was the first few canisters and then the canisters inside of the actual shuttle itself detonated afterwards. But coming back, I haven't got a fucking clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, the first explosion was a fuel tank, and the second one was electrical fire setting off another pocket of fuel.
From the pages of a sci-fi novel, it says, "What the fuck?" Hold on, I gotta send you this. God damn! Fucking SpaceX, they're making reusable or re-explodable
SpaceX. Well, there you go.
rockets.
That's why it's them.
Wait, yeah, that's what I said. It was SpaceX has managed to pull some shit off that apparently no other space agency's been able to do. Most of the time, the spaceships just blow up once, but this one blew up twice. Within like minutes of each other, it looks like. But yeah, there it is. I was just looking here. I was like, huh, that looks interesting. SpaceX blew something up. Twice.
Well, now what did you send me? God damn it.
Yeah, it was what I said. It was as it was launching both of the fuel
Oh, I thought
canisters
it said
from
it
the
was
launching.
dropping off.
No, it was on the second attempt. As it was reaching out of space, the launching things and detonated, and then that caused a detonation on the actual shuttle itself. And at least that's one rocket, one rocket ride you can say it was out of this world.
Oh my God.
Carry the humans to Mars. Wait. Well, I don't think this thing's going to be carrying anybody anywhere. It blew up.
Yeah, forget
That's what it says.
Forget the stairway to heaven. They took the fucking VIP elevator.
Yeah, they did. They shot right the fuck up there. Anyway, I just saw that. I wanted to, share the. I know everybody hates Elon, so people out there are like, yeah, fuck him and blow his spaceship up and.
But no, I will say there is one good thing about him that does kind of indicate him. He's destroying Twitter. That is the only
Yeah,
good thing I
Same
can
time.
say about him.
Yeah. Well, he can afford to. No, I'm sure he's going to continue to,
Okay. Here, I have a list for what trended in 2023. Can you guys name who do you think was like in the top 5 trending when it came to people who passed away?
passed away. Well, didn't that Xenoblade kid die or something, or Technoblade or whatever that Minecraft kid?
Last year was
Oh, well, I
last
don't
year.
know.
Who is that? I don't
He's some
Minecraft player.
Minecraft kid. I don't really know anything about him other than a lot
Minecraft
of
He was
kid.
popular.
people were sad.
Yes.
He was a popular Minecraft streamer. They actually made a tribute to him in the game when he passed.
Yeah.
Technoblade died in 2022.
Oh, well, that was my guess.
Um
I don't know if anyone is bucket dish.
well there's a few. Let's see. Matthew Perry
Who's
was
Of
that?
number
course.
1. Oh my god, you guys
What'd he do?
disappoint me. Matthew Perry.
Oh, okay, well, you can keep saying his name, but that doesn't mean I know who
Chandler
he
Bing
is.
and Friends.
Who the fuck is Chandler banging friends?
Chandler Bing and Friends.
Oh, okay,
You know
well,
the
again, who
show
the
that's
fuck is
like my
that?
favorite fucking show.
Okay, but like, what did he do? Who was he?
He played Chan, and he was also in a whole
But
9
who the
yards.
fuck was
He was an
Chandler?
Chandler was a character in Friends.
Which one was Chandler?
Yeah,
He was the
that's
one
his
married to
thing.
Monica. He was the funny
all-
one.
They've all been married to Monica at some point, or
You're
No,
not
no,
helping
no,
me.
they didn't. What?
They've all fucked each
You-
other at some point.
No,
You
they
are
didn't.
not helping me understand what is happening.
Cause let's see, Ross was Monica's brother, so they didn't fuck.
Wait, he was fucking his
Oh.
brother, or she
No.
was fucking her brother?
You don't know that just because it didn't happen on camera.
Well, it might have been Game of Thrones shit. I mean,
And actually, the cast they actually had a no relationships rule. They could not date each other.
Yeah, that didn't work. I can guarantee you at least half of them.
Well, they're keeping a close lip on it because haven't heard anything. But yeah, so Matthew Perry died.
Oh, I don't know. Imagine half the female staff had very much loose by the end of it.
them vaginas. Nah, that's not fair. I don't know.
Okay, another one that died, Tina Turner.
That name sounds familiar. Wasn't they like
I
a
thought she-
singer or an actress?
Yes.
I thought she
something?
was dead already.
Yeah, I think she died at the beginning of 2023.
There we go. Mandela effect again. People don't remember who died when.
But there's so many fucking quotation celebrities. It's kind of pointless trying to keep track of any of them.
Then there's a Sinead O'Connor at number 3. Who is that? No, I want to see an image. God damn it!
Yeah, I say she doesn't even know who the fuck these people are.
No, this one I don't know 2 of the top 5. Sinead O'Connor. Okay, let me see if I can. Sinead O'Connor. Let me see.
There's only been
Irish singer songwriter.
oh god, that one. He was like 92
Aries
or
probably
something,
killed
wasn't
that
he?
one.
Huh?
I do remember at work someone bringing up some old Irish fart, kicking it at some point.
Aries is probably the one that killed him.
No, I remember losing a day off because somebody decided to pretend that they were sick that day so they can go to the funeral with their dad. Imagine them all dragged along.
Then there was Ken Block at number 4.
Who?
I don't know. Ken Black, professional rally driver.
Oh, so he was a race car driver. Gotcha.
Yes.
There was
Never heard of him. And then Jerry Springer.
Oh yeah, he did die.
Yeah, Jerry
I
Springer
know who
died.
that is.
Who doesn't know
Yeah.
who that is?
Bada, you
Yes.
act like I should know who that Channing Tatum person was that died.
No,
That was on
not
Friends or
oh
whatever.
my god, did you just say Channing Tatum?
Whoever, whatever their fucking
Matthew
name is.
Perry!
No, but the
Matthew
guy that he
Perry!
played.
Chandler Bing? No.
Yeah, that guy.
You should know who Matthew Perry is. Not
I
I don't know why I should know who that is.
there are off the top of my head.
Fools
Who's the-
Rush In's another movie he was in. Whole
What is
9
it?
yards.
I don't
Fools
watch-
Rush In.
I don't watch movies.
Yeah, true. You're blind. Doesn't make sense for you to watch movies.
Before I was blind, I still didn't watch movies.
Yeah, you shot stuff in the ass.
Yeah, I had a gun and I went outside and I shot at things. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
here we
fucking
go.
American.
Like there's only
Top.
off the top of my head, there's only 3 celebrities I can think of I was actually upset about when I heard about them dying. 2 of them were Power Rangers. The yellow and the white one, when he passed last year.
Yep.
There was a white
the
Power
white-
Ranger?
Well, he
Yeah.
originally was the green one.
And then they kicked his ass and he became the white one, basically.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
the
didn't
other
he- didn't
person
he-
was, you 2 probably won't know this one, is Ryan Dunn. He was one of the members of Jackass.
Oh yeah. And why Bam is still so fucked up to this day. He can't get over Ryan Dunn's passing.
Oh, was that like his brother or something?
Close enough.
They were
They did
But-
enough stupid shit.
I guess Brothers in Arms would be the closest way to describe them. Because they basically did everything together.
Okay. Here's one that we might be able to have some ideas on.
Okay, what's that?
The top 5 games that trended in, according to Google,
Oh,
in
I
this year.
believe I know the answer to one
Baldur's
of them.
Gate 3.
The
No,
day
Baldur's
before.
Gate 3. No.
Oh shit, that was trending. Because I know for a
That-
fact that was trending when that went tits up.
Yeah, but
Lethal
but that-
Company.
no.
That game could
What the fuck are you calling trending then? I thought you meant like
No,
games that people thought were popular and shit.
No,
like people
according
liked.
to Google, so they would have had to been typed into Google.
Okay.
Among Us is going to be one of them, isn't it?
No. The first one is something. Oh, fuck. Is something very controversial
That doesn't
that
narrow it down.
Aries has played, and I am playing.
That doesn't narrow it down.
Honey Select 2 Libido Edition?
You want me to play that one? I'm
Orc
not.
Massage
Orc
I have-
Massage?
No, that's on my wish
God
list.
damn it.
Hogwarts Legacy.
But why is that controversial? It's just a bunch of fucking weebs or nerds or whatever.
Well,
casting...
people wanted to fucking boycott it
Because of-
because J.K.
Oh,
Rowling has
Jesus
different views
Christ.
than them. Number 2 is The Last of Us.
Yeah, but that hold on, no, that
was
doesn't
this
make any
year.
sense. Just because
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, I can't separate the art from the artist or whatever, and like I can't appreciate this thing. That game is nothing controversial in it, from what I've heard. Like I've heard from a lot of people that Hogwarts Legacy is, I mean, it's like an okay average game, but like there was nothing edgy in it. There was nothing like really wrong with it. I've heard like
the
a lot of
worst
people say that they
part
could
of it, which
they
actually-
could have did more with it, but
The worst part of it, which people love about it, is the fact that you can actually make yourself into a dark wizard,
But you can't
well,
kill
yeah, but like what
anyone.
I'm saying is, it's not like
which you can't kill anyone.
it's not
Which
like
is weird
rape
because you
term.
can you
It's not like
you can
Rape
learn about a
Simulator or
cadabra,
something,
can't
though.
you?
Yep, you can learn all of the unforgivable curses and they don't do anything, basically. Except for maybe insta-kill the bosses. Well, kill quotations.
But yeah, but like what I'm saying is like this isn't like Rape Simulator or some shit like that. Nothing that's like actually like the game itself being controversial. That was
Yeah,
just a
no.
bunch of people who's like,
Oh,
I
you
don't
just
like
reminded me
this
of a game
person,
that still
so
exists.
I don't think that they should do a thing, or they should. Which
Okay,
actually, I
let's
heard that
see.
that chick didn't even have anything to do with the game.
Here.
They just
No,
used the
she did. She
IP.
didn't. She just let
And
people
she's already
use
got
in
like billions of
billions.
fucking dollars, so it's not like how much royalty is she getting from that? Not very much.
I
Not
don't even think
compared to
she's.
what she like. That'd be a lot to any of us. What she would be getting, but in comparison to what she's already made, that's she probably doesn't even. She probably fucking forgot about it. She probably like lost it between the seats of her couch.
Okay. I don't know if you guys know what this game is. Connections?
Oh,
I've never heard of
Is
it.
that Omegle?
Connections game.
Is that the new game that replaced Omegle after they shut that down?
that one would have been Chatterbait.
Connections is a daily game where players find common threads between words. Oh, that sounds annoying.
So it's a word search.
Okay.
You group them together or something according to
So it's Scrabble.
some sort of connection.
It's
Well, no, you group
no,
words
it's
together.
I can't think of the fucking name of it. It's when two different words have the same meaning.
Synonyms?
Hate
Yeah.
and despise.
Yeah, basically. And
Okay.
it's the game where you got to match them up together. Yeah, a group of
No.
words. You got to match up the ones that are synonyms.
Synonyms.
Cinnamon.
Synonyms. Let's
Okay,
see.
so what's another?
Battlegrounds Mobile India. I'm guessing is that PUBG for India? Mobile PUBG?
What do they do? Try to scam you out of your money or something?
And if they can't do it, you shoot them. Yay!
And if you fail to scam them and can't shoot them, then you get hung. And not in the fun way.
Either way, they're going to end up well hung.
Yeah.
And then number 5, Starfield.
Only
I
because
thought these
people are
were
absolutely
trending
ragging on.
games.
Trending
to be-
on Google.
To be fair, she is using Google, which has gone down the shit in the last few years.
Yes.
Oh, wow. God damn. Because, like, Baldur's Gate and, like, that Lethal
Yeah.
Company game, and wasn't there another one? Well, yeah, I
Well,
mean, okay.
Starfield did trend there for quite some time because of how long it took to make that game. Like, and they were talking about that game forever.
Yeah, and then it just ended up being an empty mess.
A lot of people are still playing it and love it.
Probably because the
Last of Us was
modders are keeping it fixed.
We'll say that list, The Last of Us, kind of that list, because that was a good.
And
What
Hogwarts
was it?
Legacy is only on
The
it
Last
because
of
of that
Us.
controversy.
Well, I mean, I heard that Hogwarts Legacy was like an average game. I mean, and in today's market, an average game like that 10 years ago, that would have been like the game of the fucking decade kind of status. So, because, game developers, work is
We're not gonna.
hard. I don't like my job. And it's like, grow the fuck up. Nobody likes their fucking job.
The Last of Us was trending because it had a very rocky start when they ported it to PC this year.
Oh,
It still has a few, but that was why I waited so long.
but I didn't know anything about that. But
It was crashing on absolutely fucking everyone. And my playthrough crashed free.
My bad, guys. My bad.
you're bad what?
I clicked on something for trending in Google, and all of a sudden it started making a whole bunch of noises. Last of Us is probably trending due to the sequel that no one wanted. There's a sequel?
To The
Part
Last
2.
of Us?
Oh,
But no, it
did not
wasn't
know.
so much that it was the sequel that no one wanted. People wanted a sequel. Just the guy who created the game So pissed off with the reaction he got from the first game, he made a sequel with what looks like the intention to piss off the player base.
There we go. Who the fuck is Marco and Picasso? Oh, that must be some new shitty movie that's coming out.
What are you talking about? Marco and Picasso?
Yeah, I don't know. It's some fucking. I just went onto your stream and I got hit with a commercial and they're talking about Marco and Picasso or some shit. I don't know. I muted it because I don't really care about movies.
The Evil Dead film did come out. Sweet.
Just that. Yeah. I know it. Movies they brought up?
What, that were trending or controversial?
Trending in Google 2023.
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's gonna be one of them.
Nope.
So this is just shit that people were upset about, pretty much. Like if it's trending
Well,
on Google,
no.
that means people are upset about it.
I'm wondering if
were-
it's not actually trending on Google and it's trending on a news page that Google is just summarizing.
I don't know. Well, the top two were two movies released on the same weekend, and so seeing them together, it made a little bit of a controversy because, well, are you gonna go see this movie or this movie? And number one is totally cliche, and we discussed watching the second one, I think, but it's a very long ass fucking movie, and it's a drama.
That film came out this year, didn't it? Is one of them Barbie?
Yep. Barbie's number one. And
They could
then
have done without remembering that one fucking exists.
same. And then the second one. Well, and one thing I hate about the fucking thing, I've never seen it, but I've heard it takes in nothing really of the actual like Barbie series. It's all about feminism. And just like, come on. Stop trying to make everything about woke culture and let our kids be kids.
Yeah, because it's the year of the snowflake.
Yeah.
Hasn't it been that year for like the last,
Like,
I don't know, 4 or 5 years?
Oh yeah, but snowflakes are too busy to be able to keep track of the time, so they don't know it's a new fucking year yet.
Well, maybe they'll catch on in 2024. We'll see.
You know,
Well,
imagine with the heads up their asses, they're not going to have any space for any watches.
I have some interesting controversial things here. A couple of these I've never even heard of, but I'll wait for Death to get done with her movies.
The second one is Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I heard that one was a blast.
Yep. Well, and opened up on the same weekend as Barbie, and apparently I don't know if it's director or some producers of Oppenheimer went to Margot Robbie and asked them to said they should probably release their movie on a different weekend since they're releasing on that weekend, and that was.
Who's Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie played Barbie.
Oh.
In Barbie.
But I love how like you just throw these names around like I should know who these people are.
No.
I'm just saying, I'm like, I have no fucking idea who these people are.
We're in the know, guys. We make a great podcast about today's culture.
Look, I stay away from all that bullshit because I see like how people get like sucked into like great example, the DMs I had earlier. There's some trend follower, some mindless zombie who literally, I mean, Aries is, I feel like Aries is probably right. Well, they just wanted a reaction, and well, whatever I
Sammy,
bit back,
so good.
whatever I bit back, I guess I bit back a little too hard, and they weren't expecting that, and I made them feel stupid.
I just looked at pictures of Margot Robbie, so I knew who it was. The fourth picture that popped up makes her look like Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson voiced Barbie?
It fucking looks like it from her pictures.
Yes, but doing that. Okay. You cannot kill off the lead of the first game and not piss off everyone. Wait. You can't necessarily say that because, I mean, they said that about TV shows too. And look at
Not the fact that they kill them off, it's
Game
how
of
they do it.
Thrones.
Yeah, but Game of Thrones was shit anyway.
I
Not
love
ha-
fucking
it's not.
Game of Thrones. Don't
Oh yeah, it's
fucking
because
pick
it's
a.
boring.
Oh, fuck off! It's not boring.
I went through
They
the
actually
chopped
entire.
off
enjoyed
so
Game of
many people's
Thrones.
heads.
I went
will
through
have to
season.
disagree with
I went through an
Aries.
entire season in the space of 20 fucking minutes because of my OCD. I had to keep skipping to find stuff out when there was something actually fucking happening. If I wanted to watch a medieval political debate, I'd watch Lord
Okay.
of the fucking Rings again.
Okay, I will say the first season is a lot of information you have to take in because they have to.
Yeah, it's like a prepper though for
They
like
they
the
they,
rest of
they
the.
yeah, for the rest of the series they had to give so much information. Let's see.
No, Aries, I gotta
Do
disagree with
any
you
of
here.
you
I
know
actually
the
liked
movie
Game of Thrones.
The Color Purple? Yeah, of course I know the movie Color Purple. What about it? And Jamie, you're right with Barbie or Oppenheimer. Hey, with global warming, most of those snowflakes will melt, hopefully. Margot Robbie is a Aussie, and she's hot. Clax is right with you there on Game of Thrones being boring.
And
Oh my god, the Brit hates the show based on British history.
Really? It was based on British history?
I
Show
don't
me
think
exactly
that
where.
show was based on British history. That
Yeah.
show was based in
Show-
like a different universe.
Hold on, they released. Oh yes, they released a
Yeah,
musical
so
version of.
if it's based on British
Color
history,
Purple.
show me where on the history books where in English history we had obnoxiously CGI dragons.
Oh my
Because
god!
I fucking missed
based
those history
on-
books. Yeah, based on would
Based.
imply that we had dragons or something close to it. which would be
Like the
wyverns.
actual fight over the throne.
That happens every fucking week.
Exactly.
But they're not exactly fucking their cousins over it. I think.
They were fucking their sisters.
The author created this story based on the War of Roses. Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
was
he
that
also
Yu-Gi-Oh game,
drew-
wasn't it?
No, that's Duelist of Roses.
Yeah, so they based on a Yu-Gi-Oh game.
But like, no, he actually draw like influence from a lot of different historical things.
Yes, he did.
Like,
The thing that really drove it home for me hating the Game of Thrones was that they based the final Final Fantasy game off of it, which severely pissed me off. The character designs and the stories was very hugely influenced by Game of Thrones. Severely pissed me off, and I really don't want to buy it now.
Oh my god!
And I grew up with that series.
I read an article this morning.
Well, I guess ours won't be playing that game.
Like, it was the game that saved Square Enix. They could have given it a bit more respect than, no, we're just going to skimp off of some crappy TV show.
They already have video games that did that. There was actually a video game, I think it was made by Tall Tale, whatever. Where you play as like a soldier or something. And then I believe that company went bankrupt shortly after that game released. So,
yeah, but that game wasn't part of a series that saved Square Enix, one of the major gaming industry companies at the moment.
That company just made games based off TV show. They did like The Walking Dead and I don't know, probably some other ones that I don't really know about that I really don't pay attention to, but
yeah,
you know,
there's another Walking Dead game out, and it is getting fucking railed because it's broke as shit, as usual.
What game is that?
Actually, I was watching some chick play that I guess it was that one. I don't know. It was a Walking Dead game. I didn't ask.
Is it just called Walking Dead?
No, it's got something after the parentheses. I don't know what
it was like. Very story driven from what I could see. I mean, what little bit I watched her play was actually very entertaining.
Aside from the fact that the zombies can't navigate stairs.
What?
I don't know. These zombies didn't seem to have much of an issue navigating anything. They were like fucking coming at them.
See, one of the streamers I was watching play, because I completely forgot he even had a Twitch account, was Let's Game It Out. He was playing that game. I watched it for 10 minutes, and there was no instant in that game where there wasn't something fucking broken.
Hey, sort by release date.
I thought whatever. I mean, maybe it wasn't that game, but that
The
Asian chick
Walking
was
Dead
playing.
Destinies. That's $50. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. That Asian chick was playing it, and it actually, and no, it wasn't her that was keeping my, because I couldn't see her. It was like the story element to it. I thought it was actually pretty good.
Infected Outpost. I just want to know what game you're talking about. Edge of Dead.
I haven't got a fucking clue.
Oh no, that looks.
If it's going off of base of the Walking Dead stories, I can tell you what it is. I can tell you what all the new seasons are going to be like. Find a base at the beginning. At the end, it blows up. At the start of the next one, they find a new base, and then it blows up. They might lose a main character at some point.
Yeah, but that's
now I'm looking at my fucking wish list to see if anything's on sale.
Yeah, there's a lot of things on sale.
Nothing that's on my wish list. Well, hey, not enough to where I would buy it.
Here's an interesting controversy that I actually didn't know about. Capitol Hill sex tape scandal.
Oh, the gay sex in the government buildings.
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah,
random topics perplex.
That happened twice.
Oh, did it? I did.
Yeah, they found a second one after they found a second one recently.
I got another headline here. Somebody, I don't know, Death is probably going to know exactly who this is, but I have no fucking clue who she is. Someone named Carly Russell disappearance hoax. That was a thing. I feel like Death knows who Carly Russell is. Who's Carly Russell, Death?
I have no clue.
Oh.
Is Carly Russell
I thought you
important?
knew. Well, I don't know. Is that Channing Tatum person important from Friends? I mean,
they were
Jesus
in movies.
Christ, the size of her. How the fuck did she fake a disappearance? They would have noticed the empty gap.
After admitting kidnapping was a hoax. This person wasn't even like anyone of importance until she was kidnapped and then admitted to being.
Okay, I assumed it was like another Hollywood actor that you knew who was.
No,
look at her. You would know where she's fucking hiding. Just go to whichever house has like 20 Uber found out of it.
I thought maybe it was like a gravitational pull, like
she's
whatever
pretty.
shit starts
I don't know what
orbiting.
you're talking about. She's pretty.
Well, you could be fat and pretty. Can I say fat?
She's not fat.
No, she's big boned.
If she's fat, I'm obese.
Wait, is she built like a linebacker then?
No.
Well then, I don't. Okay.
I don't know. Okay, Aries, just because you are a walking stick doesn't mean everyone else is fat.
Oh, anybody remember? Anybody remember?
Look at her jawline. It looks like she has two fucking jawlines.
So because she has
maybe
she's grown another jawline.
Just because she has a good jawline? What the
She's a Neanderthal then, obviously.
No,
you know,
where her cheekbones are, where her cheekbone is, it looks like a second jawline.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
You need fight like you're married.
You need to screenshot this and send it to me because I disagree. I think she's very pretty.
Well,
especially her face. I think she has a beautiful
I'm looking
face.
at the photo on the CNN site.
Okay, CNN.
This is probably a totally different person.
Yeah.
It's probably totally.
Oh, that's a horrible picture of her.
Oh, here comes the excuses. Here comes the excuses.
Picture. But no, I still disagree. That
I will concede though, it has been photoshopped.
Like if you, that's where her cheekbone is. That's like, or where, yeah.
It looks like she's got a pack.
Cheek.
It looks like she's got a pack of spare ribs in there.
It looks like someone tried to extend her face in this one. This is a very horrible picture.
She was allegedly kidnapped, so maybe she was just packing them in her cheeks for later.
But it was a hoax. That's the whole thing.
I know, but I mean, maybe that was the story behind why her cheeks were all puffed out and had like ribeyes in there or whatever. Like, you know, she was just keeping them for later. You know, maybe she was
Aries
really.
is a twig. Let's snap him into.
She was very dedicated to the lie.
Yes, Zammy.
All right, how about this way? Anybody remember the Chinese balloon incident?
No.
What? That was a joke. I really did. You don't know about like you don't remember the balloons and shit that was like crashing and like or flying around over America, like doing a bunch of
Oh,
shit.
the
The one
fucking
went down up in fucking Canada, and then they sent like a bunch of like
That
military
was
people in to
that was January 28th to February 4th.
I
That literally
do
lasted
remember
a
that
couple
coming up where there was loads of
days.
fucking photos and shit coming around about how there was these
Yeah,
balloons flying around America and then they end up being Chinese spy balloons or some shit.
yeah. Like I don't know how the fuck you didn't hear about that. That was like big news for a while.
That was
I
kind of
stay
going
away
around
from the
everywhere.
news.
So do
So
I,
do
and I know
I.
about it.
I had no idea.
Like they shot one down over fucking northern Canada. They sent like I don't know, military unit in to try to retrieve it, but for some reason they could. They're like, oh, it's too dangerous. We gotta leave. We can't stay there. And
To
then they
Canada?
flew away.
It was too dangerous to get into Canada?
No, okay. So
Also,
like
just
the
to counterpoint
U.S.
to what Perplex said about the first two judges should be perfect, I spent my entire life being judged, so technically speaking, whatever I say means I'm the second to be judging.
Mm,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. But no, like apparently, no, like okay, so like the U.S. was allowed to be there. They weren't like the Canadians weren't like trying to shoot down the U.S. military for flying in there and trying to retrieve the balloon that they shot down or whatever. But I don't know. Apparently, there was some like very rabid Canadians really far up north that like lost contact with the rest of the country, and like settlements and stuff that just went dark and became zombies or whatever the soldiers went in to try to retrieve it. All the zombie Canadians came out, and apparently they're very scary, so they all jumped back on the helicopter and left and never got the balloon.
So that's where they breed the Floridians.
And northern Canada, I don't know, maybe. Well, here's one that
Northern
if
Canada, isn't that like what they call degens?
I don't, it's enough to
Clocks.
scare the
Fuck off,
U.S.
Aries.
military away,
The
so
U.S.
I don't
military,
know.
ladies and gentlemen, only good at pulling out.
Well, yeah,
Oh, they must
they
have.
did.
The drone instructor must be using French tactics then.
I don't know. Whenever you're running from Canadian zombies,
I don't know. It took us forever to pull out a fucking.
Yeah, it was like a 20-year war.
In Iraq and shit. It took us forever. Apparently, we didn't want to pull out from there.
And from what I've heard, they do have trouble pulling out of their neighbor's wife.
Yeah, well, that might be true.
Hold on. Which one are you trying to beat up? What's northern Canada? Where Clocks is? I don't know.
Opposite of southern Canada. Oh, here we go. If Mofa's in chat, he'll know this one and probably start like yammering away about it. The collapse of the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank. I don't know. It's Silicon Valley, so I'm guessing that it's probably crypto. I don't know. It seems like the type of shit they jump onto.
See, I know what Silicon Valley is, but whenever I hear that term, all I can think of is breast implants.
Oh yeah, I think they do those.
Boobs. That's where our minds go. Boobs.
I mean, they probably do that there too.
Boobs.
Well, yeah, because of the silicones in the breast, and then in between, in the bit in the middle is the valley.
Boobs.
Oh look, there was an anti-LGBTQTABC. What the gay people.
They should just fucking call it the alphabet at this point.
There was an anti-gay people
Doesn't love boobs.
Anti-alphabet riot movement thing again in the United States against all of the letters of the LG. Just call me LGBTQ.
We're called the alphabet mafia, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
because the mafia has standards.
I mean, I think of a certain other company when I hear silicone. Ooh, what other company? Which one are you thinking of?
That's silicone.
If it's
is what still a thing?
Bad Dragon. That stuff. That's not silicone.
Probably it's some kind of fucking rubber plastic shit. I don't know. Ask clocks. Anyway, but yeah, so there was an anti-movement against the
I have a drawer
gay people,
dedicated to that. Perplexed.
the minority people. We'll just call them the minority people. Even though I think they're
Alphabet
actually,
people.
they're outweighing the minority. They're no longer the minority. I think now they're the majority. I think like everybody
No,
else is the minority
it's
now.
it's just because they're so fucking loud, and there's fucking universities like Harvard that are pushing it on people,
Yeah,
basically kicking out people who don't want to be a part of it.
of course, there was
Aren't
the Donald
vocally
Trump
part of it.
prosecution.
I was gonna
Which
look
one?
up something. What was I gonna look up, guys?
The
Bad Dragon.
last
Bad
one.
Dragon.
Nope,
What
we
is-
had that, and then we
Oh,
had
sex
the-
toys. Ooh, what
What
did they sell?
Did you not know what Bad Dragon
No,
was
I've
until
never heard-
just now?
Correct.
Death. We
To be
talked
fair-
about it.
To be
No,
fair, she didn't
I
know who
don't-
John Romero was.
But
I
Aries,
don't.
we
I don't shop.
literally
I
make
do not shop at Bad Dragon.
Aries. We make like
Yes, I know.
easily made like 150 to 200 jokes about Bad Dragon over like the last fucking year.
I know.
Jesus
and
Christ, there was like a meme on the server about how we were going to get them to fucking what's the word?
Oh, they have
The
monster dildos. Look at
sponsorship.
that shit.
or partnership
Yeah,
deal,
they were going to sponsor us and shit. How the hell does Death not know about this?
But then she
I
also didn't
must
know
not
about
have
John
been paying
Romero,
attention at
Even
and
that point.
Scaly knows about it. He doesn't pay attention to anything.
but she also didn't know about John Romero, and she's seen at least
Who the
several
hell's John
hundred.
Romero?
I'm gonna punch you as well.
Who?
The
I don't know
Godfather
who
of zombies. He's the reason why we have zombies today.
That's not John Romero.
Or George Romero.
Okay, now I know who that is. I didn't know who the fuck John Romero was. I thought like
Who's
it was
George Romero?
Okay, I'm gonna beat you.
George Romero.
George A. Romero. He's right, the
George-
father of zombies. He was just calling them John Romero for some reason, which threw me
I
off.
don't know why my brain got stuck on John.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I
He
don't watch
made,
Night
like,
of the Living
Night-
Dead or
Night of-
Dawn of the Dead or Land of the Dead, or I don't watch those movies.
Diary,
guys.
Survival. Yeah, like
Never
he
watched.
did all of those.
Never watched them.
You're pathetic.
Oh,
No,
that's
I'm
why.
young.
We can't be friends
Yeah,
anymore.
no, I just realised why my brain got stuck on John, because John Romero is one of the guys who created Doom.
Oh, well, I know what that is.
What
but-
is
And
this? There's
And I
always
was just watching a couple of
vanilla.
Doom videos. That's why my brain got stuck on it.
The ice cream man. That's Cuphead. That looks like Cuphead.
Or a spin-off game, which is arguably better, Cockhead.
Yeah, I've never seen any of these movies by this guy.
Is that like a rooster? Well, yeah,
Okay.
but you also don't watch good movies. You watch shitty movies like Friends.
Okay, how
That's a
about
show,
this? You
and
know
that was
you
amazing.
know the Call of Duty games.
Yes.
You know the zombie mode.
Yes.
They were influenced by him to the
That's
point where
awesome.
he is an active Easter egg in one of the maps as a boss fight.
Yeah,
Really?
actually, Romero literally,
cool.
he is the one that guided like modern day anything zombie, from like books, TV shows, movies. Like without him,
We
the
wouldn't have
zombie
zombies.
genre
What
would
Romero
either
is.
not exist or be very,
No.
very different today.
Someone probably would have gone Twilight on it.
Yeah, then the zombies went outside
Oh
and
my god.
glittered
Wasn't
and
who was the one who did Interview with a Vampire? Oh, that's vampires.
I don't know, probably some vampire douchebag.
No, because Interview with a Vampire, the book is great.
I'd never do an interview with a vampire. They just suck.
Yeah, that should.
So you don't like to be sucked? Is that what?
Not by those things.
Look, I'm just saying that they never drain from the main vein.
I would take a succubus over a vampire any day.
Well, yeah, you would.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and The succubus are
Anne
capable of
Rice, yes,
shapeshifting.
thank you. Anne Rice, perplexed. You're awesome. Anne
Oh.
Rice.
Wait, I don't know who that is, but
Anne Rice is to vampires like George Romero is to zombies.
well, that must be the person who wrote Twilight. Anyway,
No, oh my god, that's Stephanie Myers, and she fucked the whole vampire thing. Vampires do not fucking sparkle in the sun.
oh, I mean, have you ever seen one? Like in the sun?
Don't make me hit you, Rob.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, well, here you go, Death. Here's another name that you probably know. The death of Keenan Anderson. Yeah, that's probably somebody from Friends or something that you liked, right?
No, only Matthew Perry has died
And-
from. Well, actually, Gunther I think passed away too from Friends. I gotta look at Gunther.
Maybe that was
from
Keenan Anderson, whoever that is.
Friends.
Anyway, they died.
Yes, James Michael Tyler. Yeah, he passed away.
As long as the hot blonde didn't die, and as long as she's still blonde and hot.
Lisa Kudrow. No, she's
Yeah.
still around. She's
Lisa Cooter.
still
There you go.
she's still singing Smelly Cat. Okay, so who is this Keenan Wada?
Keenan Anderson. I figured that was like another person that you knew because you're like super into Hollywood and stuff.
Death of I'm not super into Hollywood. There's a few actors that I like.
That's the person who's rattled off more names than either of us know of even fucking films.
Yeah.
Keenan, I don't know who this guy is.
Oh, it's a guy? I
he-
thought that was a chick.
No, Keenan
well.
Anderson. He's not even in Hollywood or anything. There's justice for Keenan because he was killed by the LAPD.
No. What was he doing?
I like how you just say, "Oh, this was controversial," and thinking it's some celebrity when it's not.
Well, if it's
Most
controversial,
of the time it is. These
if it was
fucking dead people
controversial and he's not a celebrity and it involves the cops, it's because he was black.
Okay, he
Was he
was
black?
black. Yes.
Oh,
A teacher who
okay,
died
then.
after he was hit by a taser multiple times during a struggle with Los Angeles police officers earlier this year died as a result of cardiomyopathy and cocaine use, according to an autopsy report released. So the tasers
He blew up
and
his
the
So-
heart.
cocaine use.
Don't get hit
Blew
by a
up his heart.
taser while you're on cocaine because it will fucking kill you. All right.
31.
Unless
Holy
you're a hooker, then you
shit.
can take the shocker, no problem.
Well, yeah, that's a little different though. They're just built differently.
Oh, it's a different type of shocker too.
there's
Engineering
something going
police. You know. Engineering police said
And
it
shake
was
it all
arrested for
about.
felony hit and run after causing a traffic accident, then trying to get into another person's car. Showed Anderson running through traffic after the accident. He was seen acting erratic with LAPD officer and was hit by a taser multiple times as officers tried to restrain him as he ran through traffic. So basically, he kept getting tased because he kept trying to run away from officers.
So he didn't die for being black. He died for breaking the law and actually being like kind of a crazy motherfucker. Okay.
Out of
Well, see-
curiosity, did they include a reason as to why he was running away?
Hit and run.
Probably because it was cops and he was black and he just you know how that goes.
Well,
you know?
and that's sadly one thing that is an issue that there are a lot of black people who do not feel comfortable around police officers, and that definitely escalates these situations.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm not black, and I can tell you right now, I've been around cops that made me feel pretty damn uncomfortable.
Yes. Also, Friends was in New York, not LA. Yes, very true.
Oh,
Yeah, they
well,
all look the
here's
same.
somebody named Karen Blake got killed. I don't know who the fuck that is.
White woman, I'm assuming, since it's Karen.
Guessing she didn't get to see the manager.
She just fucking honked up.
Radio dish. Okay, so she's a DJ on the radio.
No, what happened was that she was looking for the manager. What the
maybe
employee
it's
said
not
was
her.
completely misunderstood. What he said was that the manager is upstairs.
January 7th in Washington, the United States, Jason Lewis shot and killed 13-year-old Karen Blake. Okay, so this was. Oh.
Wait, This was a kid?
That's a kid.
They were also a radio DJ? Like, what? Who the?
No,
Why the fuck did they shoot this person?
there's a different Karen Blake that I accidentally looked
Oh,
up. I
okay.
did Karen Blake death, and yeah, this one, Jason Lewis shot and killed 13-year-old Karen Blake.
Also, being a radio DJ isn't difficult. It's just string up a load of songs together and hit shuffle.
Yeah. Well, wait, like, why did he do that? Like, what the fuck? This was a kid. That's fucked up.
That is very fucked up. Motive.
Well, that guy's a piece of shit. Hopefully they shoot him.
Believe someone was tampering with cars parked on it. What? Washington, D.C. employee charged with second-degree murder shooting death of 13-year-old Karen Blake. Jason Lewis, 41,
The frog.
surrendered to police in the January 7th shooting. Police say the suspect believed someone was tampering with cars parked on his street. So he shot
So
a
he just-
13-year-old kid because he thought
Holy
this 13-year-old
fucking
was
shit.
tampering. Instead of just calling the fucking cops, yeah, let's just go fucking shoot this kid.
Because he believed. This is why all cops should be atheists, because we don't believe, we work on facts.
He wasn't a
Jason.
cop. He was just a citizen from what she said. Oh, and
Yeah, Jason Lewis is just a DC employee. Government
Yes.
employee. The DC government employee accused of shooting and killing a 13-year-old.
Wow. Now that if he's a if he works for the guy, he's
And we
gonna
may
get
be
away
saying
with it.
Karen Blake wrong because Karen
Cor-
is definitely
maybe it's
a boy.
Coron, then maybe. I
Yeah,
don't,
maybe.
Corun. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Then I thought it was Karen.
Maybe Crone.
Coron, maybe.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
I can't pronounce the.
Oh, look at
Oh, yeah,
a cute
it's
little
Karen.
orange polo.
Well,
Well,
that.
Sorry
that
for
government guy's-
pronouncing your name.
Yes,
Rest
I
in peace,
apologize.
poor boy. Hey, potato frog! Don't be racist, Death. My cunt can be a Karen. Any cunt can be a Karen. So true, but generally, to be named Karen by their parents, they're generally white.
Yeah, I mean,
They're generally white.
we got the killing of Leonard Cure. That was another person that died. I'm beginning to think that this isn't Hollywood people. These are just some
No.
citizens. So, yep, that guy died.
Sure.
Or
Yes.
Well, if he's not part of Club
Buck
21
Aldridge
or whatever
fatally
the fuck it
shot
was called, and
Leonard
he's not
Cure
part
during
of
a
Hollywood.
roadside after pulling him over for speeding.
the cop pulled someone over for speeding and then shot him. Like he was just delivering the fucking sentence right there. We're streamlining this shit. No more court hearings. We're just gonna start passing judgment
Fucking A.
right out the fucking
This
car.
just happened in October. 53-year-old Black American man was fatally shot during a physical struggle. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, that's like the third or fourth one that got shot for being black, or well, killed for being black, I guess.
Poor guy.
Does that mean we're living in a horror film?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess, and no zombies. What? Oh, right. I think this is the "don't say gay" thing. They had all the gay people upset in Florida. Well, the gay people around Florida. I don't actually think any gay people are brave enough to live in Florida. But it's the Disney and Florida's Parental Rights and Education Act. I think that
Hey,
was that shit where
driver.
they were like, "Don't say gay."
Bye, potato
some reason.
frog. Let's be real. Most people actually named Karen are straight up angels. I have an Aunt Karen that I do not agree with that.
So have I.
I-
And if that was the case, then we wouldn't be
And she
referring
was a
to them as
manager at
Karens.
Meyer. And she would be the one who would always call the manager.
I mean,
yeah.
I have an Aunt Karen. Well, an Aunt Karen from another family, I should say, like my more adopted sort of kind of family. They
And
help
if that
pretty much
wasn't the
raise me.
if that was the case, then
I
they
said
wouldn't
most, not
they
all.
wouldn't be getting called Karens right now.
And actually, that Karen was like really chill. She was super cool. But yeah, that's the only Karen I ever met, and she was actually like really cool.
Perplex has an amazing Aunt Karen. So can we all be adopted by that Aunt Karen? Or can that Aunt Karen replace my Aunt Karen?
Maybe she's the one Karen that got to see the manager.
Yeah, no, she's awesome.
Maybe that's like how they level up to being not a Karen anymore. They have to speak to the manager enough times. Like that's the only way they get experience to like
Not be
ascend.
assholes.
Yeah.
Oh,
What the hell is a drag panic? Does anybody know about this drag panic thing?
No.
Okay, well, we're skipping that one.
Okay,
'Cause I
hold
don't
on.
know
There,
what the fuck.
I'm trying to pull up this one thing.
But yeah,
One
she'd want to be a saint at the church, considering her manager would be Jesus.
Trump's been up to a lot of shit like the last 3 or 4 years. We're not going to go over that. Oh, something from Death State. I mean, I don't know what it is, but like everybody on the server lives in Michigan for some reason, so I'm sure somebody's heard of this.
Let's try it.
East Point, Michigan.
East Point.
Yeah, that one. Well, something happened there.
What happened?
Really? You're gonna make me go look at the? Okay. Well, I thought somebody here would know because everybody lives in fucking Michigan. There had to be somebody that lives in East Point. Be like, oh fuck, he's talking about like how the cops got upset and burned down City Hall or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on over here. We'll do
There's
that.
so much shit that happens in the state that, yeah.
Yeah, your population's not even that high, so I don't
No,
understand.
because everyone is
like,
leaving
why all
Michigan because it's Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Sammy, we know Satan's a good guy because he's the only biblical character that doesn't lie.
That is true.
No, he lied to Eve.
No,
No, he
he
didn't.
deceived her. He didn't lie. Because he
thought he
doesn't.
just told her like,
So
hey,
deceiving is not lying. Is that what we're going by?
I
It's
thought
like
he
being
just like, hey, you see that apple? It tastes pretty good. You should try it. And then she did, and she liked it. Like, I don't really
He
think he
tempted
lied
her
to
with
her.
free thought. Okay.
He gave her an
Apparently
apple
I read that section of the
or
Bible again.
something.
He has never lied, so he is canonically the best person in the Bible.
No, maybe. There you go. There you go, Death. There you go. Aries.
God damn it. Stop messaging me shit. I can't pull it up.
That
It's
sounds
not
like a skill
anything
issue.
inappropriate. It's literally the fucking
Yes,
East
but I
Point.
don't want to pull up our chat.
Wikipedia.
Why? It's literally full of shit like right now, like that we were talking about. It's not even like
You're literally
bad.
just pulling up East Point, Michigan in Wikipedia.
No, well, I don't know. Apparently, that was a controversy this year. I don't know
Just
why.
East Point, the city, is very.
Yeah, it's fucking controversial this year. I don't know what they did. Maybe they fucked up trick or treating. Like I don't fucking know what they did.
Oh my god, the history. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is not helpful.
September 28th. The Parton mayor pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor charge of making a false statement. Is the only thing I can see that was this year.
I don't know. That's what it fucking said.
No, yeah, do better. Okay, here's something.
East Point is just in trouble. I don't know what's happening over there, but
Oh my god. Well, it's right out of Detroit, so yes, there's plenty of issues in East Point.
it's in trouble.
Probably throwing up a
Okay.
shitstorm because it identifies as the West Point.
It's overrun by by snowflakes so much that it has to identify as something else.
Oh my god, nobody cares about Donald Trump.
Let's see. California man left paralyzed after traffic stop, awarded $20 million.
Got paralyzed after he got 20 mil?
No,
luck.
he got
No
Well, that's what
way.
you said.
No, I read the title. California man left paralyzed after traffic stop is awarded $20 million.
So he got paralyzed because a traffic stop got awarded $20 million.
There was a traffic stop that left him paralyzed, and he was awarded $20 million because of the fucking lawsuit. Oh my god.
Did a
So
cop
what is
shoot
it?
him too?
Aries.
So what is it? Because he got to a stop sign and it never turned to green, he's claiming to be paralyzed?
I'm guessing a
No,
cop
do you
shot him.
do you want me to actually inform you of what it is, or
The
you
way
just want to
that- the
razz
way-
on me some more?
The way that is worded makes it sound like he got to a stop sign and then it paralyzed.
Well, KSVY is
paralyzed
horrible
because
at fucking headlines. Okay, let's see.
I'm guessing a cop shot the guy for
No,
I don't know,
a man
pulling over.
who was left paralyzed after being slammed to the ground during a traffic stop was awarded a $20 million settlement.
So they didn't shoot
It's
him.
one of the largest settlements in the state's history. Army veteran Gregory Gross from Yuba City, California, sued the police department in 2022 after officers used what they referred to as pain compliance techniques during a traffic stop. He had been accused of drunk driving that resulted in a slow-speed vehicle collision in 2020. Video released by Gross's lawyer shows the chain of events following his traffic stop. He continuously cries out, "I can't feel my legs," which police did not take seriously. Officers also dismissed him when he claimed he dismissed him when he claimed he couldn't breathe while being held face down on a lawn outside a hospital. When asked to stand, Gross can be seen unable to do so. He's transported into the hospital on a wheelchair, where he can be seen with a bloodied face from being held into the ground. Once inside the hospital, Gross continues to tell medical staff that he can't feel his legs. Without restraining his neck or spine, someone can be heard asking, "You want to grab his arms and flop him up on the bed?" Gross ended up needing 2 surgeries to fuse his spine. His separate lawsuits alleged that due to police and medical misconduct, he was left unable to walk and will require round-the-clock care for the rest of his life. Yeah, so not only did the police not believe him, they didn't even take the proper precautions that should have been taken to get him to the hospital. And then hospital staff, since the police officers said he was lying, the hospital staff continued on with this treatment and didn't even make sure that his spine and neck stayed straight when moving him throughout the hospital. And
Wow.
so he got awarded $20 million. In all honesty, he probably should have been awarded more.
how much of that went on hospital bills though? 21 mil?
Well, yeah, and that's exactly it. He's going to be in and out of the hospital for the
Assuming
rest
he
of his
had
life.
insurance, they should cover it.
The VA insurance, seriously?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, assuming he had insurance, it should cover it. I don't know how the fuck any of that like VA insurance works. I don't know how good it is. Maybe it's really good. Maybe it's not.
It takes
I don't know.
if you talk to any veteran, it takes forever to deal with the VA.
Whenever I talk to veterans,
it
we don't
does. It
really
takes
talk
years.
about their hospital visits and whatnot. I feel like that's generally a touchy subject for most veterans.
Most. Emphasis on the most, but yes, it does. It can take.
Yeah, let's see, there was a friend of mine who was a Marine and he was medically discharged, and he gave up on going to the VA for medical treatment and stuff. He just sought it out himself and paid his own shit. And he was always broke because of it.
One of our members also going through this. He was trying to get it from before he joined the server. About a year and a half after he joined, before he finally got it.
Yep. The VA is atrocious.
Wow. They need to get better on that shit. If they're gonna
They-
send a bunch of people off to get injured and die in a war,
Well-
they need to take care of them whenever they come back.
Well, and yeah, they need to take care of them when they come back. I mean, veterans are one of the highest ratio people who of suicide and being homeless when they come back.
As far as all world governments are concerned, soldiers are only useful while they're fighting.
Yeah. And then they're discarded when it's done.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, if my brother always said, and I wholeheartedly agree with this. Whenever like a president or like senators or like anybody in government that decides to make those calls and vote on, well, we should go to war with these people or not go to war with these people, whatever. Anybody that votes we should go to war with these people should also be forced to send their firstborn into the war zone too. Or actually just send all of their kids into the war. I don't care if they're part of politics or not. Just go ahead and send them too. I mean, if they're willing to send other people's sons and
Yeah.
daughters to die, then they should be forced to send their own sons and daughters to also die. There'd be a
Ayo,
lot less
Val.
people picking wars.
Yes, agreed. Well, especially when we as America decide to stick our fucking nose in every other person's or every other country's business.
Well, we only do that if that country has something we want.
But then
Which
the issue is of the fucking the patriotic people would also be volunteering their kids in.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a lot of people who would volunteer their kids in place of the
Well,
or
no,
whoever makes the
like that
call.
wouldn't be allowed in the
yeah, I know he's not wrong.
law that's set forward. Like that my brother always talked about, like that wouldn't be allowed. Like, no, it doesn't matter if their kid's in a fucking wheelchair. They have to go to the war zone too. If they're willing to literally send other people's sons and daughters, then they have to send their own. Like
Me.
there's no bullshit around it. If if you're gonna say, well, that's
Even
kind of
if
fucked
it's to
up
be
to
office
send a
staff or
guy
something over there.
to send a dude or a chick or whatever to an active war zone in a wheelchair, well, then maybe that person shouldn't vote for a war.
For me, as far as I'm concerned, the leader would fight on the front lines, not hide behind closed doors.
Well, that too, but
He is talking about the people in Congress. People who
yeah, I
vote on
mean,
these damn wars.
it goes into like, I mean, yeah, you can send him too, but a lot of the time, like, it's not generally one dude that just decides like, yeah, let's go to war. Hey, let's not go to war. They got to do like all these voting and
Yes,
hearings
fucks a lot of them.
and all
Drain the
this other
fucking
bullshit.
swamp.
Although I suppose it wouldn't make a difference if you sent Biden, though, because the other side would think he's already dead anyway.
Well, you're making a mistake of like saying, well, send the leader because like no,
We'd
send the
send
leaders.
Biden over there, and Biden would start fighting for the other guys because he'd be so fucking confused.
No, like you don't send the leaders. You make them send their children because they have to live with it if their kids get killed. They have to worry about their kids being on the front line,
That's my issue,
fighting
though,
a
is
fucking
that
war. Like
that's my issue, though, is that a lot of leaders don't actually care.
Yeah.
well,
Drain all of
then
them.
that would just, I mean, yeah, you're right, and that would just look bad on them, and nobody would vote for them ever again to be in
Sammy, that's
Congress or.
debatable. That is very debatable. I don't want to get into that because Trump did a lot of good for the country, though he was mean and should have stayed off fucking Twitter and said mean things, but he did a lot of great things for our economy and shit that now Biden has totally fucked.
Oh yeah, Biden's caused, or whoever's pulling his strings has caused a lot
Trump
of.
actually helped to or helped with the peace treaty with the North and South Koreans. Yeah, he didn't get a Nobel Peace Prize, but Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize, and I still have no idea why he got a Nobel Peace Prize.
For being
Yes,
the
send
first,
Hunter over there.
But you
for,
can't really rely
for
on the
being the
Nobel.
first black president.
Black president, probably.
You can't really rely on the Nobel Peace Prize for standards, considering one of the people who got it was Adolf Hitler,
That is true. I did hear about that.
Mm.
who was also besties with the Pope at the time. They leave that out of the history books.
And Henry Ford.
Yep. But yeah, let's see. The American government now is just a way for old farts to keep getting rich at this point. Just need to
Listen.
That's how it was.
Somebody told me a long time ago. I don't even remember who the fuck told me this now.
Yes,
somebody told me
I agree with that, Val. Trump would have stayed in office if he kept his mouth shut more often.
somebody told me a long time ago, at least now this is, and I mean, to be honest with you, seems to be true. And I mean, either whenever I say this to people, they start talking about like how bad like Trump is or how good Biden is or any of this other bullshit. So I go back to this thing that somebody told me one time. They said that you can tell how good the president is doing whenever you step out at the gas station at the pump to pump your gas and how much money you got to put into your fucking car. That's how good the leadership is doing. If it's a lot of fucking money, then you know the leadership's not doing so well. Whenever Trump was in office, gas was cheap. And I know like seems like an oversimplistic way to look at it.
Especially
But whenever
considering
you
they found nuclear launch codes in his summer home.
well, that's
I mean, that's a really good way of putting that. I mean, I won't say either is good, just that if we want to compare our dog shit, then we all have a bias.
well, yeah, but like my thing with the gas price thing,
The orange shit
because
or the fucking white
the
shit.
gas prices literally control the value of everything else from clothing to food to because you got to pay truckers and fucking pilots and all this other bullshit to move this product around the country. So,
Well,
like,
see,
right now,
and
the price of like food and everything has been going up in the States because the price of fuel has been going up in the States.
it's
And I
not,
don't know who
and
to fucking blame for that, but
it's not even just that. Like our housing right now, we do not have a high demand right now for housing. They keep saying the housing market is gonna fucking collapse because we don't have enough supply for the demand. That is bullshit. If you talk to any realtor right now, there is no issues with the supply. They're keeping interest rates high to control inflation, to make all the richer more rich and the poorer more poor. It's just how it
well,
is, and it's
that's
bullshit.
government in a nutshell. Whether you look at communism, that I mean, the like in a communist state, the government. I mean, yeah, they control everything, sure, but like all the government guys and all of their families are well taken care of and nice and chubby, whereas the average person out the street is like starving and like living in fucking squalor and shit because they can't afford anything. But in every other government, you see similar states. I mean, it varies in degree. Like compared, if you want to compare like US's United States homeless population to China's homeless population, I don't know whose is higher, but you definitely have it in both. But I mean, like right now, just personally, this is from personal experience. I didn't read this in an article. I didn't hear this in a video or anything. Right now, I know a lot of people that's going in, like they're in college and shit. They're going to college for a multitude of different things because I talk to a lot of people. But all of them are killing themselves just trying to pay rent, working overtime, working extra shifts, just so they can like squeak by and try to stay in college for the next year. And it's like there literally are a lot of them are pulling like double shifts and stuff because the cost of living is too high compared to minimum wage or at least what they're getting paid at their jobs. I mean, you can make the argument, well, these are unskilled people, like, you know, they don't, well, they're going to college or whatever to get a, you know, a degree and something to get, you know, do better and get a better job or whatever, sure. But if you're pretty much forcing them to kill themselves at like the current age to just to try to squeak by and hope for the best, uh yeah, you're not really a lot of these people, they're not going to get to finish school because they're not going to be able to afford it. So
Well,
they're just going to continue to be unskilled labor. And honestly, either lower the cost of living or raise the price of minimum wage. I don't know which one it's got to be, but they got to do something.
lower the cost of living because if you hire minimum wage, that's just going to cause more inflation. because more businesses
Yeah.
will have to hire everything to cover that extra expense.
Oh,
And yeah,
I
perplexed,
get
you're
that,
right.
but
The alcohol industry is collapsing because even just a more recent point, one of the things I did used to like, Wicked Blue, their factories have shut down because of the alcohol prices inflation, and they can't keep up with it.
well, either way, like it's. I mean, I'm not a bleeding heart for. It's hard for me to be a bleeding heart for anybody, but your average college kid, they're having a hard time, like a really hard time, harder than they have in the past, harder
Well,
than
here,
my generation had it.
I
well, here
mean,
let's.
it can basically be summarized up like this: the American government has forgotten why it was founded.
Well, yeah, it's all about making money. They're living their American dream at this point.
Because their basis is what I agree with. It's that the government isn't there to run the people; it's there to make sure they don't kill each other. And if anybody, or any one of the citizens, want to become the best of what they can be, then they make sure the facilities are there for them to do.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard stories of like a lot of other countries, like in Europe, and I don't know about Asia. Don't I only talked to like one or two people from Asia, but I know Europe's pretty big in this. Yeah, if you like want to go to college for something, they make sure you get well, they do a lot more than the US does to make sure that you get through the college and get your degree and shit. They offer all kinds of
Oh
aid and
yeah,
help, and
I know
some
a
of it's
lot
free
of.
schooling.
It costs a shit ton, but it's nowhere near as bad as America, and
I know,
cost isn't going to be haunting you for the fucking life.
like
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
another thing. They're putting themselves in financial debt for the rest of their fucking lives. And
I
So
know.
I've talked to people that's been like that they're going to school for like dumb shit like fine arts and shit that's not gonna like
amount to anything.
they're literally going to get that degree and it's gonna cost them like $200,000 in student loans and debts and shit.
Like
And
digital arts and
then
all that
they're
shit, and I
going to
could
end up working at a gas station or a fucking restaurant or a grocery store or something like that. And they're just wasting their money and time and just putting themselves in debt.
same with shit like digital art. They're spending thousands upon thousands for classes that I could give them for like less than 1% of the fucking cost, and they'd have the same qualification basically.
Well, I'm not saying that like all art degrees are bad. Like video
It's just
game
an example.
designers, yeah, like, but like the fine arts, like being one of those historical art fucking looker people, the people that just like hang out in museums and look at art and shit, and
Okay,
then act
before I
like they
move
know
on to
shit.
another topic here, because I have some words to say on the shit. Because as a single mother of 3 kids in school with $50,000 in student loans right now, like I know how hard it is. Like, and the only way I could go back right now is I'm using my 401k that I've worked hard the past 3 years to build up for my retirement. And I am taking all these penalties out so I can get this early disbursement so I don't have to take more student loans out. And then here I am. I'm technically a junior. Or no, hold on. Let's see, how many more classes do I got? Yeah, I'm middle to the end of my junior year right now. And technically, I have experience under my belt right now as a financial controller. So I have been looking for other jobs so I can start paying ahead on my student loans because technically, since I'm in school, I don't have to pay on my student loans right now. But they're earning interest right now. So I would like to start paying on them, but I can't because I have a mortgage. I have 3 kids, and 2 of them I'm basically fully financially obligated to. Uh, I have no help with, I shall say. So I totally understand that. And then you're getting into the whole art thing. Um, as a mom who has a very artistic daughter, like the stuff that I just got her a drawing tablet here for her birthday, and the stuff that she's coming up with is just fantastic. And like you hear all this talk, it's so hard to get into that sort of industry. Like, so I'm trying to show her, like, hey, here's the animation side, here's this side, here's this side. And she's learning a lot of it on her own, and she's doing fantastic with it. But it's just like, if you don't, she's also one of the most kind-hearted kids I know. So to see her love this, but know that it's going to be so hard for her to make it in that area, that
Well, that
she's
depends on
probably
what part she's going. I said fine arts. The people that, like, I don't. From what I understand, it's people that like
Basically,
go
philosophers of
and
art.
yeah, like,
Oh, okay.
they're people that fucking like work like a
Hey,
museum
Rug, you're a
or something.
robot.
Oh, sorry.
Basically, people who are
Anyway.
paid to professionally talk out their ass about a lump of rock in front of them.
Yeah, pretty
Philosophers,
much.
yes.
And that's stupid. Like, I mean, sure, those jobs are out there, but I mean, I don't know like the exact numbers, but I do know a lot of people that went to school for that shit, and well, one of them's a stripper now because she can't afford to pay off her student loans because she can't get a job in that industry.
So, in
Which-
my hand, I'm showing you, this is my philosophy textbook that I had. And let's see, two of the three, maybe even the third one of authors, sorry, are professors at my university. I swear, people who go to school to become and major in philosophy become philosophy professors just to write their own shit. And this isn't even their own shit, because it's a whole bunch of excerpts and essays and stuff from other philosophers. Like, it's utter
Yeah.
bullshit.
The
Just
book's
to
equivalent
say,
of YouTube.
yes. And it's just basically saying, hey, what do you think of government? What do you think government should actually do? What do you think? It's just like, government should just be there to protect us.
Well, I mean, those jobs exist, but like I was gonna say, I don't know the numbers, but like let's say that there's, I don't know, like 150 jobs available in like that particular industry in the country. And then you have like thousands of people going to college for that. There's just, and I mean, how often does those jobs come up? The like 150, I mean, how often does one of those people retire or die or yeah, you're not gonna get that job. Like there's, you literally are playing a lottery that is banked against you heavily, but because the teachers in school tell you, well, you should do, yeah, if you want, if you like that, go to college and do that, and then you just put yourself in debt because they're being told that, well, that's a good idea, go do that, and then they're just getting fucked because they're being
Which
lied to.
also bounces into a point that I've been making for years is I can never actually back anyone's idea for going to college or university to get certified in something. 'Cause say a class of 30 gets
So true.
a certificate for being able to do like games design, they apply for the same job. But there's one other person who applies for that same job who taught themselves how to do the same thing to the same standard. Who are they going to hire? Going to hire the person who isn't certified because they've shown that they can teach themselves how to do it.
Yeah, and that's another thing I was going to mention is here I am with I'm now going on 7 years of experience in my field.
Hmm.
And I almost have my bachelor's degree in business management and accounting. And so I apply for jobs, but they won't hire me because I don't have my bachelor's degree, even though I have all the experience that is needed that the other people with bachelor's degrees don't have. It's just for
I
a
have
piece of fucking paper.
I even sent you a message about this before, Def. I don't remember, but I don't know if you remember it because it was a while ago. But I have actively been headhunted by
Nope.
people who I was friends with for jobs that should not have fucking exist, and I should not have been offered. One of them involved the military. I should not have been offered that job as a civilian.
That is debatable.
Well, I mean, there's
And it's not
military
just that.
contractors.
is he saw that I could do the job he was offering, and they were offering on-site training, so I could have a psychology degree, so that they could at least say to their bosses that I have a qualification to do it, just to shut them up.
Yeah. See, that is them seeing how smart you are. Because I actually, in the US, I don't know if they do it where you are. While you're in high school, they give what's called an ASVAB,
Oh, yeah.
and you basically it's a test to see if you'd be a good fit for the military and what military and stuff. There was this one guy who did not want to be in the military, but was so smart that he literally answered every question the complete opposite of what it should be. They caught on. They're like, well, obviously you were this smart. You were very smart. And so they all were headhunting him. And
We don't
and
have
when
that
you
over
join,
there, so over here, so I have no idea what that test looks like.
it was a very simple test. But he straight up turned him down. But as Perplex brought up, yeah, you can bust your ass, join the Navy or any sort of military, and they will pay for your schooling here. Like, how many times I've thought about just to join the National Guard to finish my degree. And it's just like, but I'm not that type of person. One, now I have kids, so it's not even an option. Because even though it would just be the reserves now, it could be something more later, and I can't take that risk. And then before, I am not. You guys all know me. If someone tells me not to do something, I'm gonna fucking do it. You tell me don't push a button, I'm gonna. Especially if it's a button, I really want to push the button. Then I'll want to push the button at first just because it's a button, and then you tell me not to push the button, I'm gonna push the button. It doesn't. I don't care if it's hooked to a nuclear bomb. I'm gonna push the fucking button.
Well, I mean, I can't agree with that. Like, if somebody's like, "Hey, I just turned the stove off. It's still really hot. Don't touch it." I'm not going to touch the stove.
I have a similar mindset for people who are saying that either I
Sammy.
can't do something or something isn't possible to do. I'll go out my way to do it just
You're
to
an
spite the
asshole.
fuckers and prove I'm wrong.
Who's that asshole? Oh,
Zammy, he's telling me don't stop this, don't end the stream right now, and now I want to fucking end the stream. You're a dick. I'm gonna go make an alcoholic beverage to deal with your ass.
It wouldn't matter anyway, because I'm also streaming it anyway.
Oh, that's so
Good job.
true.
No, she's drinking.
And it's not like I've been posting them on my YouTube. Val knows how I know how to push buttons. Yes, I do. I'm a brat.
Yeah, it's like the shit I've been offered reinforces the point that college and university is not a healthy option. Have the capabilities of learning it yourself reliably, do it. You have a better chance of getting a job that way, and you won't have a debt to deal with.
I don't think it works like that over here. I think over here it's more of hell. Well, at least this is my opinion.
My offer was in Ukraine.
Huh?
One of the jobs the military job I was offered was Ukraine.
Well, I don't know how well they're doing right now, but
Shit that was going on. I wish not.
Sorry, I had to come back. If Ares was over there in the Ukraine, Putin would be running away. Just saying.
Oh no! Apparently, the U.S.
I am the one who hunts with the bear.
The U.S. attempted a drone strike on the Kremlin, apparently, or at least that's what Russia says. Russia
So what you're
accused the
saying is
U.S.
that they gave the drone driving controls to a woman. She crashed it, and they tried to say it was a drone strike.
I don't know. It's just apparently the Russians think that the U.S. was to blame for the drone strike on the Kremlin. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I did hear about that.
So hold on. They're blaming us when they're actively attacking someone, and it's not them.
Yeah,
apparently?
that was the thing I saw. Like, they were talking about how It was either the U.S. or it was the Ukraine. Somebody drone strike the Kremlin, and they're upset. And I mean, I don't know why they thought it was the U.S., but
Also, it's something that kind of pissed. Aren't going to agree with me on this, but when Ukraine got hit, it should have been a fucking all hands on deck by NATO to fucking defend and not depend on America to fund everything. Every single fucking piped in.
Agreed.
they're
NATO is
not.
actually there for a fucking reason,
But
and
the
they're
Ukraine's
not gonna do
not
it.
part of NATO. Or no, wait, it's the UN that they're not part of. My bad.
They got added in. I don't know if they got added into NATO and then got attacked, or if they got attacked and then got. Yeah.
Okay, so it was NATO I was thinking of. Well, they weren't part of NATO to begin with.
Even so, like they're a part of it while they're being attacked. They should have been fucking all hands on deck at that point.
I think everybody has been sending them guns and stuff. Well, more than guns, obviously. They've been sending them tanks, fighters, fucking Stinger missiles.
Guns and tanks aren't going to do them much good if they don't have people to drive or shoot.
Well, that sounds like they're doing pretty good right now. I'm not saying that, yeah, let's not give them anything else. I'm just saying, like, yeah, that sounds like they're
In fact, the other
they're
countries should have
utilizing the.
In fact, the majority of the people helping them should just be one fucking country.
No.
Well, and I think that was one thing with Trump that I did like. Trump was trying to make it so that it wasn't all on the US when it came to NATO in these types of situations.
Yeah, I mean, the European countries are closer. It'd be easier for them to get their shit to them.
Yeah, and they also then expect us to fund stuff when we don't have money. We are not one of the top countries anymore.
Honestly, a lot of the shit that we sent them was like outdated shit
Thanks
for
for
our
stopping in,
military.
Zammy.
It was shit that we don't use anymore. It's literally just surplus shit.
It predates well when I've seen, and it is. They do have cool shit.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they've been giving them shit from like during the Cold War and stuff. They're just giving them like old stockpiles of shit like that we had. I think France gave them tanks and fighters. I don't know what the fuck Britain or the UK in general gave them. I think they gave them a bunch of shit too. They got, but they also got PMCs heading over there, or well, I don't know if they're still going, but they did have PMCs going over there to fight. Now, like nobody told them to go. They're just freelance mercenaries going so they can get a paycheck.
Ireland, they sent over tanks and troops. Oh, it wasn't a lot.
Was it what were they PMCs? Because as far as I know, there was no NATO forces being sent. It was just hardware.
That the equivalent.
PMCs, no, those are mercenaries, private military contractors.
No, Irish doesn't. The Irish technically doesn't have an army. They have the defence force, are basically cops with more training.
Yeah, well, that sounds like UN troops or something. Then that's probably the equivalency of what they sent in. The blue helmet guys, or they used to be called the blue helmet. I don't know if they still wear blue or not, but that used to be their thing. But yeah, that
Had
was
around 1,000 in Ireland.
I haven't honestly even looked into what's going on in Ukraine and Russia lately.
I haven't heard too
like,
much of. The last big thing I heard was some general ordered I don't know if it was like an arty strike or an air strike or a drone strike or what the fuck he did, but he ordered some kind of a strike on a camp of the Wagner group they were PMCs, but they were fighting for Russia. And the leader of that, like he killed like 2,000 of the Wagner PMC guys. The leader of that group, well, obviously he wasn't very happy about that. So he started like rolling right to the fucking capital. Like he just got in his fucking truck with all of the guys that he had left, and they started rolling across Russia, pulling up the what was it?
Basically, the most
Fucking
peaceful civil war in history.
well, like everybody that because I guess they put out a broadcast or whatever, like letting people know, like, look, if you try to stop us, we will kill you. Like, just step aside and let us continue on. And I guess a lot of the dudes that were on roadblock duty and shit, just like they moved the vehicles and let the group pass. And he was also putting out like a call to like anybody who was tired of this shit, tired of the war, to joined him. And I think he did have like a few people that joined him on the way, but then I think it was Brussels or something. If that's even a fucking place, I might be confusing that
It
with
is a
something
place.
else. Some leader there. I don't know why he is so important, but I guess he talked the leader of the Wagner group down and was like, "Look, don't roll into Moscow and shoot up the Kremlin and shit. Like it's not okay. Don't do that." And
I'm
then he was like,
perplexed that.
"Oh."
Mhm. Sorry.
He was like, "Okay, I'm sorry," and got on a plane, and I think he flew to like Africa or someplace, like
Yeah.
or South America or something. I don't know, but like Putin, I guess, tried to tell him like, hey, don't you stop being bad, behave yourself. And the guy was like, no, I want the general to call it an airstrike on my men. And he was like, well, you can't do that. And yeah, it was obviously I'm paraphrasing a lot of this, but
The
yeah,
way I
he
would have paraphrased it was the Wagner Group rolled up in Moscow saying, "They're shooting at us, tell them to stop." We didn't tell them to shut the fuck up, and then they left.
no, that's just well, no, it wasn't the Ukraine that struck his group. It was the Russians themselves struck.
Oh
Okay, so
yeah, it was
the
basically a
Wagner
fucking
group
misfire.
was fighting for the Russians, and some Russian general called in either an airstrike or an artillery strike or whatever on the Wagner group. Like they literally shelled their own guys.
Excuse me.
Can't really call it friendly fire if the Russian government aren't friendly with it.
Not even their PMCs. But yeah,
Um, per- and perplexed was just talking about how set. Well, hold on. Do. Right now, he's just focusing on surviving and making steps in his own circle until it's on our doorstep. It doesn't really affect him, and which is how I take it. That's why I don't really watch the news. Honestly, this is probably when I get my news update right here with once a week with you guys. And if we don't
I only
cover
keep up
recent events,
with wars and shit. I don't really fuck with the other.
Ukraine war, I knew about it before, well, about 2 years before. Long time.
oh
Someone
Yeah,
had
really?
pushed. Someone had,
2013. Yeah.
someone had been just decided to push it on the social media, and then everyone decided to get in on it for clarity. But that war has been going on for a long time.
Yeah, well, hasn't it been since like 2013 whenever they took the Crimea or the Crimea forest?
So does that mean Russia has been invading for
The
years?
Ukraine? Yeah, like 2013 or 2012. I can't remember when Russia first invaded Crimea, but it was a Ukrainian uh
Okay.
well it
It's
was
been going
part
on
of
for
the
so long.
Ukrainian country. It's been two cities and the
Thing is,
Crimean
it's been going on
Forest
for so long, nobody
Peninsula.
actually knows how it properly started. They just, it's just been going on for fucking ages, and only recently massively fucking escalated.
Well, yeah, like as of this point, now Putin has stated that he is suspending the start of New START, which is the implementation of the last remaining nuclear arms control that of the treaty that he signed with us.
He did what now?
He's not implementing the rest of the nuclear arms control treaty. Basically, his saying that nuclear weapons are still on the table again with this war against Ukraine, even though he signed a treaty with us saying that he would
Known to be
put
so fucking reliable.
oh yeah, so very
Yeah, I mean,
reliable.
it's a fucking piece of paper that just says, "Hey, I'm not going to do this." Like,
Like a restraining order. Here's my paper, get off my lawn.
yeah, you know how many women and well, I guess men too, each year
Men
get
too.
the shit beat out of them or killed that have a restraining order on somebody because it's just a piece of paper, and that piece of paper doesn't do shit. A gun will do shit. A gun will protect you, but that piece of paper won't do shit. I mean, it's not like a fucking magical shield that you like hold up and then they like act like they're a vampire in the sunlight and fall down on the ground, grabbing their face like, oh, I can't handle it. No, put it
Unless you're
away.
a
And
snowflake.
well, yeah,
A
not too many
literal
people that get restraining orders put on them are snowflakes, but uh, well, whatever.
Well, and especially since generally people can get restraining orders so easily nowadays because they don't do the investigation till after. There's as long as you have some sort of proof, somewhat proof. I mean, look at
hmm
Burden of proof doesn't
Amber.
Amber Turd.
Yeah, look at Amber Turd. She was able to get a restraining order against Johnny Depp to where she could change the locks on his penthouses while he was off filming or on tour or something. Like utter bullshit. And then it came out that no, she was actually the abuser.
the justice system used to be. It was originally based on the concept of burden of proof. You can't make an accusation without having some form of proof, and
You know?
that no longer fucking applies.
I remember that thing that they used to say on cops. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. And I always laughed at that, even back then, because everybody does. You're guilty until proven innocent in the court of law. Like that's how that fucking works. I mean, at least with the advent of social media and like especially like the last 10 years. Yeah, people just paint whatever picture you like they want of you, and people like Death over here who don't watch the news, but probably watches TikTok and checks her Facebook, and there's a lot of other people out there that do the same thing. Maybe not Facebook, but you check your social media. Somebody will like have an opinion about something, and they'll post it, and they'll be like, "Well, like that Kyle Rittenhouse shit that went on like what 2 years or a year and a half ago or something now." And everybody was like saying that this kid was racist, that he shot 3 black men, and it was some white kid. And then whenever like the court hearing started happening, and like everybody was calling him a racist. Oh, he's a racist piece of shit. He needs to die. He shot black people.
Even on CNN.
And and the kid literally, I even saw some of the video footage and shit. The kid shot 3 white people. And yes, he was white too.
Yes.
But like as soon as that shit started falling apart, like that story, then they tried to say that one dude, well, that one guy was Jewish and he shot him, so he's racist because he shot a Jew. He's like an anti-Semite or what the fuck ever they're called. It's the same thing the Nazis were. And then it came out that that guy was actually adopted this family, and he was known to be very violent. He's had the police called on him multiple times, and like his adopted family, like his adopted mom and dad and shit. His like stepbrother or adopted brother or whatever, like he pulled knives on them. He like threatened to kill them and shit. He held a knife to his one brother's throat, or well, his adopted brother's throat, and told him like, "If you don't clean my room for me, I'm gonna fucking kill you and shit." And the guy wasn't even a Jew. The dude was just some random white guy who, as a child, got adopted into a Jewish family, and he didn't observe any kind of like Jewish traditions or whatever, unless of course it was forced on him by his like whenever he was a kid. But like a lot of parents do that shit. Like if you grow up in a Christian household, they're gonna make you go to church every Sunday and do all that. If you grow up in a Catholic household, you gotta go say 7 Hail Marys or whatever at the confession box once a week, or whatever they do in that situation. But like the dude himself, he wasn't Jewish or anything. So whenever that fell apart, all of a sudden everybody just kind of stopped because like, wow, everything we say is just wrong. Like we can't demonize this kid. Every lie that we made up about him isn't true, and it's
Yeah,
coming out in court. Why
yeah,
can't we do this?
that kid made some money.
I don't know how much money he made, but I just thought it was fucked up that like at first it was he shot 3 black guys when they were all 3 white, and then he shot a Jew because the black guy thinks so. They said, well, fuck the other 2 guys that they're just white, so we can't like really use them. But there's this one guy, his name was like, fuck, what the hell is his name? Like Rosenbaum or some shit, some name that I guess sounded kind of Jewish. And so they were like, but he killed that guy, and he did it on purpose. He knew that guy. Well, this kid didn't know that fucking guy. He didn't like ask him for his. He wasn't like walking around on the street with an AR, like, "Hey, let me see your papers." Oh, that's Rosenbaum. Oh, you're a fucking Jew. I'm going to shoot you. He didn't do that. Not even a little bit. They had literally had drone footage of everything that happened that night with that kid, and yeah, he was not doing that. That guy was being very aggressive. He actually tried to grab the kid's gun, like while he had it. I would have shot him too. Like I didn't have time to stop it. Well, hey, look, is this going to cause me a lot of problems if I shoot you? Or should I just let you take my gun and shoot me? Like, is this going to cause a lot of problems? Like, are you just a plain old white person? Because if you are, it's okay. I can kill you. But if you're anything else, then like,
Isn't
I mean,
that
are you
sad?
Are you gay? Like, are you queer? Are you a lesbian? Are you a trans? Like, are
Yeah,
you a
what
Jew?
are you so I
Are
know
you
if I can defend myself or not?
does your like great great grandfather have like was your great great grandfather half black? Like, I mean, are you like is there any black at all in your bloodline? Like, what is going to happen if I shoot you right now? I ain't have time for that. I just shot the fucking guy. The social media likes to string people up, like they'll just make a decision. Like some dumbass will make some decision on something, like, oh well, this happened. Like, remember the one night whenever I don't remember what the like you and Zammy and Jax and a bunch of other people were in chat, and like everybody's like talking about, oh well, did you know that this person did this? You guys like talking about actors or actresses or fucking movie stars or singers or some shit. I don't remember. Anyway, it's just like weird facts about like people, like popular people or whatever, and then I just decided out of nowhere to speak up and say, oh, and did you guys know that Mr. Rogers was a well-known racist?
Oh my
And like
god!
and
And me
like
and Sammy were just like, no, that's not true.
but that proves my point though. Like I mean, but whenever Jax came back, like, and everybody was like, no, wrong, that's not true, that's not true. But like, you guys are like saying like outrageous facts about like actors and actresses and shit, and I just threw something out there just to like fuck with everybody. I really didn't think anyone would believe it, but Jax came back and he was like, "Oh, what are we talking about?" I'm like, "We're just talking about how Mr. Rogers was a well-known racist." He's like, "Oh, well, yeah, obviously, it was a different time back then."
He did. I forgot about that.
But no, that just goes to show, you know, I mean,
Well,
you and Zammy are pretty well like rounded, like educated on just like stuff like that. Well, I don't know. Sammy's a little bit younger. No, actually, you and him are the same age, so you guys would add about the same amount of knowledge about like Mr. Rogers or like any of the other actors or whatever that people talk about. But like Jax came back, he didn't know anything about it. He's like, oh fuck yeah, Mr. Rogers was racist. Hell yeah, that sounds right. Some wild shit that
and me and
seems
Sammy are just
unbelievable.
like doing.
So
You could probably hear me and Sammy's face palms. Like, come on, Jack.
but no,
It's
that
one of
proves
those
my
things
point.
though of if you just say it with confidence, people will believe you. And like I even did it. Was it
Exactly.
yeah? Like I even did it yesterday. I can't remember what the fuck it was I said, but both Frog and Death immediately believed what I said. I don't remember what the head I said. I just pulled out my ass, but just because I said it with confidence, it was immediately believed.
Yeah, exactly. And we live in a world today where, like, I mean, I did that in jest. For anybody's listening and listening in the future, Mr. Rogers was not a racist. He was actually, like, very equal rights and everything. He had, like, a black dude on his show, which, I don't know, Death said at the time was the first
Yeah,
black dude to I guess,
yeah,
be on, like, public TV access or whatever. I
And
don't.
and they soak their feet together, if I remember right. Like
Okay, well,
but
I didn't know about that
they
part,
shit
but
they shared like the pools that the
uh,
summer kiddie pools that you put water in.
uh,
They both put their feet on them, and that was a big no because segregation and everything.
well,
The guy
I
got
didn't.
paid.
But I didn't know Pete did. I don't know. I don't even know who the guy was. But
He was
look,
just an actor. He was their mailman.
my my point.
On the
The
show?
mailman was an old white guy.
The mailman on. Okay, what?
You're thinking of Pee Wee Herman.
No, I'm not. Okay.
Well, there was a black cowboy that I think was also a mailman in Pee Wee Herman. Or Pee Wee's Playhouse, or what the fuck ever. Not the
I
movie, the
hated Pee
show.
Wee Herman, so I never watched Pee Wee Herman.
Well, like I don't know, but no, like there's like an old white guy who wore like a blue hat with like the blue mailman outfit and stuff, and he would like bring him like letters and
I don't know
boxes
why, but
and
the only
things
thing
or
that's
something.
stuck in my head is Postman Pat, and I don't know why.
I don't think that was his name.
Oh, he
'Cause it
was
was
an
a cartoon
officer.
character.
He played an officer in Mr. Rogers. That's why I thought he was in interview. He was
Those of us who didn't grow up with American culture, and I've heard the name somewhere before. Who the fuck is Pee Wee Herman?
A really annoying guy.
a very annoying guy who actually got in trouble for indecent exposure in 1991 when he went and masturbated, I think, in a movie theater.
Yeah, he did that.
Oh, so it was called Pee Wee 'cause he had a tiny penis.
I
I
don't actually
don't know
know
why
why
he was called Pee
he
Wee Herman. Like I said, I didn't like him.
he owned it. Like he
I don't.
made that character and played like that character, Pee Wee Herman.
I know that if Courtney was here, she would be yelling at me because I think she was so
Yeah, she
distraught when
was fucking
when
dull
he
or something, wasn't
died.
it?
Yep,
Yeah,
because
he
Pee
did
Wee
that.
Herman just died this past year. Perplexed, don't tell Courtney that I said
Wait,
I
Pee Wee
don't
Herman
like Pee Wee
died
Herman.
this last year? I
Yeah,
thought he died like a few years ago. Did he die this
no.
year? This boy died in like 2019 or something.
Unnamed space idol. How did you get so many people into that fucking game?
I don't know why people keep playing the same fucking idle games I do.
He's a trendsetter like me. Remember, every time I start playing a new game, well, except for Medieval
July
Dynasty, but
30th, 2023.
oh well,
I
Mandela
don't remember if
effect
it
then.
was. I don't remember if it was early edition. Possibly, I remember Courtney going. Somebody having a Pee Wee doll or something like that.
Yeah, I think
Freaking out because no one could find it.
her dad, was it someone in her family? Okay, so what is that unnamed space idol game? What is that? I gotta look it up.
It's an idle game.
Basically, yeah, it's basically the spaceship. Gotta go through sectors,
Something clocks would play.
and as you hit different progression levels, you can get new ships that can hold more weapons. Start off with better versions of those. Then as you progress through the game, you unlock.
That does not look fun.
It's something to run in the background.
I need a third screen for that, or
Yeah,
fourth. I need more. I
no,
need
you
more
don't.
monitors.
No, you don't. It's literally an idle game.
You literally just run it in the background. You pop it up like once an hour and just poke at a few buttons and
Think like
they can play again.
crypto mining rigs without the crypto.
That's not even worth it. At least crypto, you're getting crypto.
It's-
Hi, Clocks, and yes, we always bring you into this.
The only reason I play it is because I play my fucking brain. I could have free time.
Too late for what, Mofo? What are you
Sometimes.
talking about? So if you
He's
want,
talking
if
about
you
the crypto
if
bank in Silicon Valley crashing or whatever.
if you want to do crypto without the crypto, unnamed space idol game.
Yep, sure.
Oh yeah, too late to not bring clocks. So true. It's always too late. She's always here in spirit because we
still
talk
want to
about
review what some other things happened this year. California has been flooding. I don't know why Jax hasn't told us about that. He's a weatherman on the West. I don't know why he hasn't told us about that. But yeah, California's
Happen
been
every
hitting
week.
him with. I
I'm
mean,
Jack needs to just get out of Florida or get out of California because it's
Well,
just gonna fall off of the U.S.
I mean,
one of
he
these
should
times.
probably stay out of Florida too, but yeah,
Oh
he needs
yeah.
to get out of California. There's plenty of other places like Nebraska and
Like, counter
Minnesota.
argument.
Utah.
If California ends up breaking off with the US and gets separated, they won't have to deal with the American healthcare system.
Which they hate anyway.
I mean, I'll be honest, I kind of don't like most people from California. Like,
Crypto's going to the moon until US bans it. What? I don't understand that. Aries, dumb it
well,
that down for me.
we have to go to the moon to mine for cryptocurrency now. They're no longer letting us do
Like-
it on our computers on Earth.
I wouldn't be surprised, but the way he worded that makes it sound like they're
Really?
putting crypto farms on them.
That's exactly
Fucking
what they're
surprised
doing
me.
to help
Is
keep
that is
it's to
is
help
that what
keep the
they're
mining rigs
I'm
cool and
so
zero.
gullible,
Death,
guys.
I'm
I
trying to
will believe
explain.
this.
Death, let me explain. So they're putting like those things in the space, like on the moon, where there's like no atmosphere and it's like a hard vacuum because it helps keep the mining rigs cooler.
Seeing
You
him
know?
explaining this is just gonna make me believe it more.
Which is the whole concept of the brain, basically.
Yeah, it
Thank you,
operates better in
Perplex.
zero
And Mofa, kind of Mofa, since you
atmosphere.
started this whole bullshit.
Not to mention the whole thing about fucking starting it off, putting the bloody crypto mine on the moon, when we were supposed to have a fucking porno filmed on there, and that got cancelled.
Come on, Elon Musk should have continued that.
I
There
remember
was
a
a
couple.
Something that he
There
that
was
we
a
thought he would be
fundraiser
good
on
for.
Pornhub to get a fucking porno filmed on the moon.
That's funny.
There was an
That's
idiot like a couple of years ago that got into an argument with me and another dude on a different server about how this was before Biden got it for president, but he was like, "Oh yeah, Donald Trump's trying to like go to the moon and mine for oil and shit." He was like some wannabe like journalist or whatever, and he was like writing shit about that Edward Snowden guy from like fucking what 15 years ago or whatever, and like talking about that event. And then he started talking about how it was like reading this article that he wrote. And he's like, I'm going to submit this to a couple of news sites because I think that people really need to know. And I'm like, isn't the Edward Snowden thing like a little old? Like nobody really talks about that anymore. Like that's been talked to death. And so then he's like, well, maybe people need to talk about it. I'm like, well, no, like that whole situation's been heavily analyzed by many people. So I really think we need to talk about that. So then he starts talking about how Donald Trump was going to go to the moon and mine for oil or drill for oil on the moon and stuff. And I'm like, do you know what oil is? Because there's none on the moon. There wasn't like dinosaurs and plants and shit growing on the fucking moon like, you know,
It'd be
65
one
million
thing to
years
look
ago.
at Mars, because wasn't it talked about that Mars could have had water on it at one point?
Mars does have water on it.
Oh, okay, then there we go.
It's frozen.
Who are you planning on killing with those nails?
The only thing I know about Edward Snowden is that his name
I'm
gets mentioned
doing my
once in the
nails.
song called "The Government Knows," and it gets brought up because the only dick the FBI hasn't seen. That's the only thing I know about him.
Well, it's the NSA, not the FBI, but yeah.
Meow.
Outside that, I haven't got a fucking clue.
He's just some dude who released a bunch of stuff about like how the government or how the NSA was spying on its own citizens' phone calls and shit. And
I
then
knows
like,
that anyway.
well, but back then everybody was
No,
like,
just get
"Oh
over here
my
and I will.
god, really?" Like I was so excited. Like, oh, that's crazy. Well, that's not allowed. Let's make a big deal about it. So then he fled to Russia, and I think he still lives there. I think he lives at an airport in Russia.
But I could not have more ironic cunt.
I know, but, whatever, dude. The guy went. This was like in fucking 2010 or some shit. Like, I don't know. Like he was that, and then he was like living at a fucking airport in Russia because they wouldn't grant him
Oh,
asylum or whatever. But I think they finally did. But it was like a long time. Like you had to live in a fucking airport for like years.
oh, I have something random for you guys that's led to some. Okay, it's not random for me because you guys know that I've been on an Asian kick, like watching or listening to Asian
Oh yeah,
music
you
and
like those little Asian boys that look like little Asian girls. I remember.
oh,
Yeah.
anyway,
K-pop band.
so it has there's an artist called Moonbin, and he just recently passed away due to well, he committed suicide or unalived. Sorry, that's a bad word on the interwebs. And come to find out, that's actually one of the highest. Like South Korea is one of the has the highest unaliving rates out there, especially when it comes to their idols.
So why they keep getting more and more
And
K-pop
we've
stars rising over there?
had conversation about this before. I've told you the music industry in the Asian countries is fucked to the point where the female ones have to prostitute themselves just so they can afford one fucking bowl of food for the entire group.
Well, they weren't saying the stuff that I was talking about or read wasn't didn't say anything about that, so I can't I can neither confirm or deny any of that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I haven't read anything like that. From what I've read is because there's also a recent um apparently the movie Parasite, the male lead in it, he just committed suicide as well or unalived.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
not, and that's where it got me kind of looking into it because here both of these have just recently happened, probably in the last month.
Well, the
And
irony of the only non-American in this group right now is the only one that doesn't censor themselves.
well, because if we're gonna post it on the
I only do
YouTube
it
doesn't
because
like
that
that.
does it.
But well, and I have no problem saying suicide. That's how my brother passed away. We've just had this conversation. It's not. Oh.
Well,
But
I think he's gone.
I feel like us censoring the word takes away from how big of an issue it is. But since
What I
we're
have is
gonna
like,
post
if you're
to
gonna say
YouTube,
something, unless it's outside of unless it's for consideration of another person who is affected by that, and something like that would genuinely upset them, like just say what you mean.
sure,
Don't go by the standards
we
of a
don't
company because there will
we
always be
don't need that
somewhere
type
else
of
you can
person.
talk.
Sure, we don't need that type of person watching our content anyway. In all honesty, because we say a lot worse shit than
Yeah, they'll
suicide.
cry.
Yeah, like picking a fight with the Vatican, who can go fuck himself.
Yeah, I didn't
or
do
the
that.
Beehive, or communists.
I didn't do that either.
No, that was all Aries.
I
All
literally
Aries.
have not
All
done any of
Aries.
those things.
But so the articles I read, basically, this lead actor of Parasite, I forgot what his name was. He apparently was being crucified in media and by fans and people due to possible drug use. It was being investigated. Nothing had happened yet. But already
Honestly, couldn't blame drug use because they know how they get treated.
Yep. Oh yeah, because and you guys know that I've heard of the Stray Kids, that a group that I have recently kind of been obsessed with.
Yeah, the Lady
Really?
Boys.
I hadn't noticed.
My bad,
The
my
one that
bad,
released
guys.
the
It's
music
been
video
getting
where they
better.
keep that one music video where they keep swapping in female dancers, and like didn't actually realize the difference until halfway through the music video.
Which I don't know what music video you're talking about. I've seen so many of their music videos. But
I haven't watched any music videos that involve the Lady
yeah,
Boys
because
of
he
Korea.
instantly just cuts I believe he mutes me as soon as I go anywhere K-pop. But
I do not. I just don't watch. I don't like their stuff. I mean, it's like whatever.
they're
Yeah, they're a bunch of Asian lady boys dancing around and singing and stuff, and that's cool. But it's not really
but
my
anyway,
thing.
Like there are some
so
Asian groups that can do well for themselves, but the music culture over there is basically to the point of support them, they might do okay. Don't support them, you're basically signing their death warrant.
Well, right now, Stray
Was-
Kids is on their second comeback, and
How
they
long have they been
are
around?
they became a group in 2019,
So they've been 4 years and they've had 2 comebacks.
2017. Well, they were a group of 9
Okay.
originally, and then in 2019 or somewhere around there, Woojin left, so they had to completely revamp the whole group after that guy left.
Outside of Asia, name one group that's had 2 comebacks in 4 years.
Well, no, I think this is something that is part of their not culture, their
That's the thing though, they are
their
literally
industry.
I don't even call it nostalgia because it's not even that, but every single fucking group over there, they play for about 1 or 2 years, they disappear for a few months, and then they have a comeback.
But
Every
see,
single group
that
has done it.
even in America they do that. We just don't call it comebacks. We just say, "Hey, they're finally writing stuff again. They're finally releasing new material after 10 years of not doing it." I mean, we just saw that with Blink 182.
10 years for one comeback is a bit different for
NSYNC.
2 years and 4 is one comeback in
Well,
10
no,
years is a bit
except
different to 2 comebacks in 4 years.
She's talking about boy bands.
well,
Like,
not just
you won't
boy
say that
bands.
about,
I
like,
mean, even
Everlast or
Sierra hasn't really done much
I
in a
don't
few
know who that
years and
is.
stuff. Like, there's plenty of artists here in the US
I think
that
Everlast
go
has
off.
steadily released stuff.
We just have
Like-
so much being thrown at us in the US that we don't realize it. That these people are all of a sudden not around. Like, whatever happened to Akon?
He was just some cheap 2-piece rapper, like 2-bit rapper that
Who
like
was
they're a
really
dime a
big
dozen.
for a few years.
Yeah, he was. But that figures.
Yeah.
Question.
The only reason I know him
Question.
is because of Gwen Stefani.
Question.
The only
Was he
reason I
actually
know-
really big, or was it one of those cases of the few people who have heard of him say he's really
No,
big?
he
he was
released like
he
2
was
albums. His music was
he was big in
everywhere.
the
It was
he was
all
big in
over
the
the
US
radio.
for maybe 5 to 10 years.
It was in movies, radio. Like his music actually was kind of everywhere.
I think he did he did something with Gwen Stefani. He did something with Eminem.
He did.
Gwen, yeah.
I mean, I listened to Eminem back then. I don't remember Akon being involved in anything he was
Well, no,
releasing.
this was when Eminem switched over from like rap into like the hip hop type stuff. You probably
Not to
wouldn't have like
mention,
this.
all of the fucking
Some of
artists
us.
over in America, well, I suppose Asia's the fucking same. The regions are basically the fucking same. All of the artists are complete sellouts, and they basically sell the rights to their music, everything. They keep themselves popular. So just
Yeah,
because you see them in adverts doesn't mean they're big. It just means they're sold out to that company.
Well, the only reason I
advertising.
even knew who the fuck was singing those songs on the radio and shit was because this one crack whore I used to hang out with really like thought Akon was just the best fucking
That's funny.
singer out there or whatever, and she was just like, "Oh, his music really speaks to me, I get it." And I'm like,
What
"Shut
does
up, you
his music
stupid."
it was catchy. I'll give it
It's like,
that. It was
shut up, you
catchy.
stupid crack. She was a fucking crack whore. What do you think? She wasn't exactly a philosopher. Like,
You should have
like,
said to her. You should have said to her, "I'm sorry to break it to you, but the music is speaking to you. That's not music. That's rap."
like, I don't.
See, and the only reason I knew it was Akon was because literally in every song that he was in, he'd be like, Akon!
Oh, like Jason Derulo, who has to fucking advertise his name because nobody wants to listen to his shit.
I don't know who Jason Derulo is, but
You're lucky.
If you listen
Keep
to
it that way.
you'd probably know his music if you heard him.
Yeah, because his name's at the fucking first line of every song.
Okay,
Almost, yes.
Give me a song.
Oh fuck! I'm horrible with song names. Perplexed, you're really good with music.
I mean, I don't give me a name. I'm not gonna know the name, but I said sing it.
I'm not good with songs.
Give me some fucking lyrics here. Like, cause I don't know this shit.
What songs are these? Apparently, he's
probably shit ones.
Oh, Savage Love.
I've heard of Tainted Love.
No, that. Fuck.
One song that was advertised absolutely fucking everywhere, and I wish he got assassinated for it, was "Talk Dirty."
I've heard of Talk Shit.
Like that
Let's
was
see.
when that's I can
I don't-
I can
I
understand the
don't know
hate.
these songs well enough.
I can
to-
understand the hate that Nickelback got when they sold out for one of their songs because Talk Dirty was fucking everywhere, and I legitimately wanted somebody to put a fucking bullet in his
Oh
head.
my god! In my head, his song "In My Head" was actually because I
The
was.
Cranberries?
Was it Cranberries who did "In My Head" before?
Yeah, Zombies. Name of the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no, no,
zombies.
no, no, no. That's Zombies. "In My Head" is something else.
Oh, well, I probably
But
stole
the
it
lyric
from
is literally the
Cranberries.
lyrics are literally in my head, zombies, zombies.
Yes, but this is something else. Or maybe it wasn't "In My Head." There was a Jason Derulo song that he actually took parts of someone else's song, like they do
Was
nowadays,
he like a
because they
white
can't have
guy or
any
a black
original.
guy? Was he like a white guy that
Black.
wanted to be a rapper
Black.
and sucked? Or okay, did
Black
he use
guy.
the? Okay, Aries, tell me this: did he use the stupid voice changer thing that the one black guy, the pimp, does in Saints Row?
I wish he
The
had
third.
because that would have made his songs more bearable. At least then I
Oh,
would have had something to
I
laugh
don't
at.
mind Jason Derulo. I like Jason Derulo. Tainted Love,
was
good
like-
one. Oh my goodness.
He can fuck right off.
Yeah, I know
You have
Tainted
no
I
idea
Love
how
love
many
Tainted
times.
Love.
No,
I
Jason
knew a
Derulo,
couple
you
of the
have
versions.
no idea how many times I had to fucking listen to the intros of his songs. I can
Okay,
understand the
I
hate that
can say
Nickelback
that.
got because the
I
hate
love-
Nickelback got is what I fucking aim towards.
Yeah, I
Jason
never did
Derulo.
understand.
I love Nickelback.
So do
Yeah,
I.
me too. I'm like, I don't understand like why, like, because I mentioned Nickelback
It's
like a year or two, or actually no, I
it was a
mentioned
case
Nickelback
of
a
it was a
while back in a
it was caused because
VC.
of two things. One of them was basically the internet told me to hate them. The other one was because they were a rock band, and basically rock bands they're idolized as being people for themselves, where they
Well,
push the boundaries and all that shit. But they sold out
and
their
then
songs to like furniture companies and shit, so people had to listen to them on repeat every
yes,
fucking day
and then
on
people called
adverts.
them sellouts. How, and that they were only making music that was popular and shit. It's just like, okay, but
Yeah, that's
isn't the
kind of
goal?
the goal
Isn't
of
the
every
goal?
fucking artist ever is to make music that is popular.
The main issue was that they were selling out to companies. Was the biggest
That
issue that they had, and everyone was
yeah,
having to listen
I
to them
think
every day.
I agree with Aries. I think the biggest issue is people were just getting very sick and tired of their songs, and so they just call them sellouts just
Then other
because of that.
then other people saw that on forums on the internet, so then they started hating on them.
Yeah, like, see, I don't really like let other things influence me like that. Like, I always liked Nickelback, but I mentioned it like a few months ago, I think, in like a VC or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, I like Nickelback, and oh god, Nickelback fucking suck. And I'm like,
Oh, I've
what's
got
with all
4 of
the
their
hate
songs
on
on my
Nickelback? Like, Nickelback is fucking good. Like, I grew up listening to that shit. What the fuck are you on about? It was some younger person though, so they were
Night
I've
Perplex, thanks
brainwashed
for
by the.
being
I've
here.
got a playlist on YouTube I listen to when I'm at work after the store closes, and 4 Nickelback songs are on it.
Oh my god, Mofa, you finally did it.
You listen to Nickelback?
No, me and him do draw with friends. Like he had me get this game. And it's been the longest time now since I sent him something to guess. A picture and or a drawing that I did. And he finally did it back.
No. Well, good job, Mofa. Proud of you. You drew a picture. Good
So
boy.
you sent him a
Did he
picture and
color
you
it?
had to guess what it was?
Yes, and now
It
I'm
was
looking at
probably a
what
penis
he
with a Prince Albert.
I was gonna say you probably didn't know what it was because it was a vagina.
You killed Rog!
Oh, do I count that as 3?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Poor Mofa. He gets a lot of shit, but that was good.
That's what
I
he gets for dating me. Thanks, Rog. I worked hard on that Prince Albert finger. It was a finger, and I guess it kind of could look like it has a fucking piercing.
Hey, you pierced your finger.
Anyway,
Anyway, back to the music thing. Like I'd like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Everlast and bands like that more than I do Nickelback. But That's just me. But I did grow up like listening to a lot of Nickelback.
I grew up with it as well, and it was one of my favorite bands I listened to.
Yeah, I mean, Theory of a Dead Man. That was another one that I didn't really grow up
I
listening
saw
to that
I saw
much.
them in concert. They aren't so well live they aren't that great.
No concert is any good because you're literally stuck in a big ass room with a whole bunch of people and it stinks and the music is too loud and like you're right in front of the fucking speakers so you can't hear anything and except for just roaring.
I love. I go see I've gone to see Shinedown live.
I've got one of
2 or
their
3
albums on
times.
my playlist as well.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'll never understand why people like concerts. Is it's a whole
I
bunch of sweaty people crammed in together, screaming, and then the music's like blaring. And but like if you're just a little too close to the speakers or just a little too far away, the music's all fucked up and distorted and shit. And like it really does not sound fun to me.
I got dragged to it and ended up falling asleep.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
just
but
because you don't sleep
you're
well.
narcoleptic or something. What's it mean whenever you're a narcoleptic and an insomniac at the same time? Because that's what he is.
Narcoleptic and an insomniac.
Yeah, there's probably a word for it.
Potato Frog, what do
I
you
don't
like to
think
listen
that's
to?
the.
So
I
that
don't think
maybe we'll
that's
go
the
to a
proper
concert
word for
together.
it.
Do. I don't know if there is a word for it. Okay, I'll Google it for you.
We'll just call it Aries from now on. You got a case of Aries.
Apparently it is a thing. They're very
What is
sleepy
it?
during the day and usually experience difficulty staying asleep at night.
Wait,
'Cause, yeah,
there's an
'cause
actual condition with those
Orexin?
exact. I have that. I just thought I couldn't sleep
yeah,
it.
'cause, like, when I'm at work, 'cause what is my equivalent of the morning, 'cause the box
Orexin
off is
is what
I
Muffa's
actually have
saying.
trouble staying awake while working, and when I'm in my equivalent of the evening or nighttime, I can't.
That's when you just
can't
masturbate and there you go.
That
just
doesn't actually work.
Works for me.
well, I mean,
Yeah, that's 'cause you're a professional wanker.
I think to be a professional, you'd have to get paid for it. I don't get paid for it.
you mean you've been doing this professionally for years and still haven't gotten paid?
Apparently, I suck at it.
Yeah, you're doing something wrong.
I'm doing it wrong.
Talk to Clock. She's got that fucking Twitch
Yeah, she
thing that she
squirts,
does.
right? She squirts the farthest,
She
right?
squirts, dances, wiggles her butt. Yeah.
Clearly, she's aiming it the wrong way with all the forest fires going on.
No, they've calmed down. It's wintertime now.
Oh my god, I almost spit out my drink. Oh my god. Oh, that was so bad. And I literally just
What is it that I said that Clocks does? And you were like, you got to teach me that. Was it the corgi wiggle or the corgi shake or what the fuck was it?
whatever it was, something the corgi and button
The
shaking and
corgi
stuff.
shake, and you were like, or the corgi butt shake or whatever, and you were like, no, Clocks, you have to teach me that.
Excuse me. Hi, Clocks. How are you?
Oh, hello, Clocks.
A drink almost went just as far. Yes.
Uh-oh, Clocks is in my DMs. I might be in trouble.
Worse than before. Hey, we keep telling you to not go away. And I think I made this drink really strong, guys.
Miss Kitty, that was not very nice. Mrs. Kitty, stop.
I have to deal with my children. Well, just have them listen to the podcast. They'll love it.
I don't think her kids want to know what she does on Twitch.
Oh, your fuck trophies. Crotch goblins. Fully baked cream pies. Ooh,
Poor
what kind of
Clock, she's just
margarita?
cringing over there.
Oh no, she loves these names, especially fuck trophies.
I meant the fully baked cream pie, and I can
Yeah,
feel
that one
cringing.
she cringed. That one she totally cringed.
I can feel Clocks cringing.
She
Wait,
totally
did-
cringed on that one.
Did Clocks just admit to becoming a mob spawner?
Yeah, she did
Oh,
spawn her own mob. Yeah.
poor Clocks.
Hey, did you
She
see
gets
that they're
some
making a
weird
new
shit.
Roadhouse?
Like Texas Roadhouse, like that restaurant?
No, the movie.
Oh,
You know
no,
what?
I
The old
don't.
one
I
had
don't.
Patrick Swayze. This one's gonna have
Yeah,
Jake Gyllenhaal, I guess.
yeah. I thought it was like Walker, Texas Ranger, so just somebody likes to kick people.
That one was the Chuck Norris.
No, Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, see, I don't know
When is
anything
it? And
about
it's
this.
supposed to come out next year. I'm kind of excited for it.
What the fuck is the
I-
Roadhouse about? Is that like demon
The only
hunters
Texas
and
Ranger I know about is Chuck
vampire
Norris.
hunting and shit?
Roadhouse had Patrick Swayze, and he was a bouncer who like revamped bars or clubs, and he went into this like really racist, and it was, and there was basically a dictator who ran everything, and so Patrick Swayze ended up not just changing the bar, but like this whole town because the dictator didn't like what he did.
Okay, so it was just a movie about overcoming racism.
Not overcoming racism, overcoming a dictator basically. Not
A
of a
racist
country, but of a
dictator.
city. Well, I said racism, but I don't think there was really any
Yeah,
racism brought into it.
doesn't like superheroes do that shit? Like, doesn't Batman have to like fight
Well,
the
and that's why
Joker, who's
Patrick
like the mayor of?
Swayze is a fucking superhero.
I just
Ooh,
thought he was some
mango
dead guy
margarito.
that died from like a overdose.
You're not allowed to leave. Aries already have to put you 20 feet into the ground. Screw off. 20 feet. 20.
Traditionally, it was only 6. She's really putting you
Yeah,
down there.
she that's almost 4 times. What the fuck did you do to her?
I know I was gonna say, I was gonna reach down 20 feet. It's like 4 times the height limit.
Actually, I think it's a little farther than that, but okay. So it was just like a happy movie. Like they go into this town. There's like a bunch of bad guys,
It's an action movie.
and then like this white guy shows up and he's like, "Hey, don't be racist," and then he like beats everybody up.
This doesn't have racism.
And you just said that there was racist
no,
people.
at the
You just said
beginning-
the
at the
plot of it
beginning-
was about racist people.
It's not. It is not. And I am sorry that I did say it at the beginning. I did, but I took it back. And that is being missed. I took it back. It's not racism. I don't remember anything being about, there are boobs in it. I will say that. There are boobs.
So some white
Well,
guy
yeah, it was
rolls
one
into
way to
town
end
and defeats like a
racism.
bunch of non-racist villains.
Boobs and racism. Is that what I just heard?
Yep.
So some kid rolls into town and
Boobs!
like defeats non-racist villains,
Clip it.
and like
Boobs and racism.
kicks all of them and beats all of them up, and they're like, "Okay, we're sorry, we surrender." And then he puts them in like Arkham Asylum, and then somebody else comes along and like takes over, and everybody's happy.
Seen it, but for some reason I'm getting Lord of the Flies popped into my head when you said that.
Okay, we need to watch Roadhouse. I will stream Roadhouse for you sometime, okay?
I don't want to watch Roadhouse. It sounds like a lame 1980s movie.
It is an 80s movie, if I remember right.
Yeah,
'cause
it's like a
Patrick
lame
Swayze.
80s action movie.
I love
Exactly.
Patrick Swayze. Now I want
Building
to watch
houses
Dirty
on roads
Dancing.
does sound something like America would do.
Dirty Dancing 2, actually. Patrick
I mean,
Swayze.
you can take me to the Texas
both,
Roadhouse if
both,
you want to. I'll eat
both.
there, but I'm not going to watch some cheesy 1980s movie with you.
For every 6 ounce
Ooh,
steak,
I'm
with every
buzzed,
6 ounce
guys.
steak, you get an AK. Yeah.
One drink.
Count me
I'm a
in.
lightweight.
No, wait, I did see one movie with Patrick Swayze that I liked, and that was Red Dawn. The original, not that remake. I heard the remake
Oh, I
sucked.
need to see the original. The Red Dawn sucked, or the remake sucked.
I do kind of want to watch the original
It was
as well,
alright.
because I haven't seen clips of it.
Patrick Swayze had an AK in that one.
I know it was basically a
Patrick
propaganda film,
Swayze's
but I
just
do kind of
fucking
want to
hot.
watch it.
Patrick Swayze's dead.
He is dead now. He died of cancer, if I remember right.
Oh, no, I thought it was a drug overdose.
No.
No. What a tourist then.
Then what, took a tour to Chernobyl or something? Is that where you were going with that?
Oh, he was born of cancer.
Swayze.
Oh,
Fucking A. Death. Oh, do. Pancreatic cancer.
I don't know what I thought I died
That
from drugs.
that is a very painful, because a lot of celebrities do. I had a 14-ounce Fort Worth ribeye and a mango. Ooh, ribeye sounds good. God damn it, I'm hungry and I'm buzzed. I'm not doing my nails tonight. They're gonna end up being all sort
So
of
the Red Dawn
crooked.
remake did suck.
It
It's
It
the same
wasn't
as every remake. It
bad.
always sucks.
I
Same
I
as
mean,
It
the
I
was.
end of the film,
assumed
basically.
it was going to suck, and then it came out, and then I heard a bunch of people say that it sucked, but I was like, I'm not really that surprised.
Like,
It's one
I
of those
think the
things
only
I missed the
reason it
point of
did
why
well
people
was
like it.
it had Chris Hemsworth, I believe in it, and I
Oh, it's
think
not that short, fat, black, or no, not fat. He's
No,
like a
that's
short,
full.
skinny,
no,
black guy who's like really funny.
Chris
Princess is
That's
full.
Chris Rock. Chris
Oh,
Hemsworth
okay.
is Thor.
Oh,
And it came out. I think it was just the timing of when the film came out. Basically, what done it for it. Because, like I said, it was basically a propaganda film.
Yeah,
the remake or the original?
both.
Original. The
Yeah, the
remake,
original came out during the Cold War.
yeah, it was basically a propaganda film, which is why the remake would never work anyway. No matter how good they did it, it was the wrong time for it to come out. The point of the film was going to be missed by everybody, and production value was going to be shit anyway.
That is true.
I
That
guess
is true.
I guess since I kind of the point wasn't missed by those who, but that
Most of the people
knew.
who were going to watch it were going to watch it expecting it to be better than the original.
Oh, see, and that's always bad when you go into watching a remake, planning to just put it against the original.
Which is the whole point of a remake.
I didn't
No,
even bother watching it because I just assumed it was going to suck like every other remake.
See, the point of a remake, in my opinion, is not to point out the differences or to rank it better or worse than the original. It's to get it, to me, is to get the idea to new audience.
The whole point of a remake is because they've got better fucking production.
People don't watch the old one anymore, so now they want to watch make money off
See,
the old one again by the new one.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
No, but the way it is, like, they do the remakes because
Sorry, Miss Kitty.
they've got more money to make a production film that has a higher budget, basically. But just because they're throwing more money into the film, which is what film and game developers do, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be better.
Oh, we have 6 minutes, guys.
Yeah, because game development's hard. It takes
Okay,
6 weeks
I
to
will-
do something that actually only takes 2 weeks to do.
Okay, I will put
Or a
this
day.
link for an idea for next time.
What link? Oh,
I
by
was-
the way, one more thing I wanted to add that happened in 2023 before we quit.
Yeah.
Laura Lynch died, one of the chicks from the Dixie Chicks.
Oh yeah, she did.
Know
Oh,
who
don't
the fuck
call
that
it.
is,
Don't
but-
call it the Dixie Chicks. It isn't the Dixie Chicks. It's the Chicks.
Well,
Dixie Chick sounds familiar. What is that?
Because one of them
They're
died?
they're a country singing group. No, they changed from the Dixie Chicks to the Chicks because Dixie came from the Mason-Dixon line, and that is racist because that was the line used for slavery.
Ah, yes, that was the line that we used for racism.
So they had to
Everybody
change their
that was
name from the
racist was
Dixie
down
Chicks
there.
to the Chicks.
But they were the Dixie Chicks for like decades.
I know, and that's why no one gave a shit about them anymore. Because they went woke.
That also doesn't make any sense. Because what you're talking about,
Oh, actually, we have 10 minutes. I'm an idiot. We have 10 minutes.
what you're talking about, is, according to what somebody has told me recently, I don't actually know where the fuck this line is. You're talking about the Mason-Dixon line, not the Dixie line.
That's why I said Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, so
They pulled the they
Dixie?
pulled they pulled Dixie from the Mason-Dixon line because I think that's where the members were originally from, was near the
I thought they were
Mason-Dixon
from
line.
Texas.
I don't know. All I know is that Dixie came from Mason-Dixon line.
The Mason-Dixon line's supposed to be like right down the road from me. It's like West Virginia.
I don't know.
Those chicks didn't look like they were from West Virginia. Most of them were far too pretty for that.
Oh my God, Mister!
No
I'm
offense
just
to anyone from West Virginia.
much offense. See, Aries pisses off other countries. You piss off the people right here in the States.
I don't mean to.
Let's
Oh no, I pissed off the
see.
people there as well. It's just,
True.
you know,
Have you
it's
seen
like
some of those girls?
pissing off the people around here is the equivalent of pissing off the French. They'll just shout at you
Okay.
and run away.
Mason-Dixon line on the map. Yeah, you are totally right. Mason-Dixon line.
That's West Virginia. But yeah, I remember those chicks from whenever I was a kid, listening like they were on the country radio.
Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, and West Virginia.
Oh wow, they weren't lying. It really is right down the road from me. Okay.
Where did the
So we can't call them Dixie chicks anymore.
come from? Nope, they're just the chicks. Yeah, they come from Dallas, Texas. The chicks, formerly the Dixie Chicks. Yeah. See.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought
Okay.
they were from Texas.
Where did Dixie Chicks
I think these chicks need to
get
need
their
to learn about some
name
geology
from?
or geography. Learn where
The
what
band
fucking-
name was taken from the album Dixie Chicken by Lowell George of Little Feat.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. So that's where they got. So I don't know why maybe they just had to change it because people were saying Dixie Chicks came from the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Though I'm like the Mason
Hold on.
Dixon line isn't Dixie. It's just
Yep. Why? Because they didn't want their band name to have associations with American slavery. And
no. Maybe they should have changed their name to the Underground Railroad Chicks then, or I don't know, something like that.
oh, and apparently when they changed their name to the Chicks, they realized that a New Zealand duo also had that name, but the country chicks, the New Zealand chicks, gave them their blessings.
Boy, that was
Every-
nice of those New Zealand chicks.
What, Clocks? Now what? We were being good. We didn't say anything about fuck
Yeah,
trophies,
Clocks, we're
crotch
just talking about
goblins,
racism.
or you squirting places. Come on.
I'm doing the corgi wiggle.
Yeah, on your stream.
Secret stream.
That's not so secret.
Not after I found it.
Okay, so here's a question. If you could travel anywhere you wanted to, where would you go?
The future.
Yeah,
Is
that
that-
makes sense.
Is
That
not
totally
an
makes sense.
acceptable answer?
No, I was.
Can
It
we
wasn't
take stuff with us?
No,
Can we take stuff with us?
because Aries would be taking all this stuff to like.
No, because I'd be taking recordings of what's been happening this year, go back 10 years, home to the world leaders.
And then they would lock you up in Area 51 and you would
Yep.
be...
Yeah,
There would
but
be
if you
the end
think
of
about
Aries.
it, there may be less snowflakes because of it.
And then they would poke him and prod him and run many tests
Yeah,
on
they'll
him.
put things up your butt.
But there may be less snowflakes because of it, which I would consider to be a win.
And there wouldn't be. Snowflakes will always find a way. I'm just gonna go into a cave and hide away for a week. No, you're not allowed to do that. Not allowed to.
Well, I need somebody
And
to play Medieval Dynasty
as I've
with.
demonstrated to people before,
Yeah,
if I don't want to
Clocks,
be somewhere,
Rug
they are
needs
not going to
you.
keep me there.
Do I only get one trip? Is it my last trip out of the house? Oh my god! You only get one trip. Where is the one?
Oh, well, sounds
one
like
thing.
Clocks is
One
going to
place.
heaven.
Yeah, Clocks is leaving us, and Mofa, I think, I guess, means that this is the last trip of his life.
Oh, Mofa's going to heaven. Okay.
And as an additional point, those recordings would include shit from TikTok, so I could stop that from ever being made.
No, someone will just no.
He's
God
going
damn it! Why do you guys are all trying
Aries,
to like change
Because I
shit
don't support.
and
let me speak. Aries is literally creating a paradox that he is the reason TikTok takes off because he went back in time and tried to show everybody, look, this is what happens, and he created an infinite time
No,
loop
see,
where kids see it and they're
because
like, oh, that's awesome, we got to do that, and now
well,
we
no,
have
see, because
Aries is Rick from Rick and Morty.
America claims to be anti-communist, yet it is in full support of TikTok. If I go back 10 years and show the evidence to fuckers president at a time, they may actively cut it out before it becomes a thing.
Yeah, this is how the Chinese beat us, through TikTok.
You say that, but have you seen what they have over in China for TikTok?
No.
They are teaching
Isn't it
children
like
how to use
Weibo?
guns with it.
Oh,
Oh.
hey, we do that here.
Yeah, we do that with YouTube.
And schools.
You can learn how to make a bomb.
Yeah, we get very
From
hands-on in the
YouTube.
schools.
You'd have to think about it. Oh my god. I guess it's the fact that I haven't done any traveling that I know exactly where I want to go.
Canada.
No, New Zealand.
See, my point is, everyone's at
Why?
the point now.
Because there's so much there. It's gorgeous. The views are amazing, and there's so many things that you can do in those amazingly beautiful areas.
Watch out, you might get attacked by a
My
samurai.
point is that right now on TikTok, well, not right now, it has been a thing for a while.
And New Zealand?
Crime culture is a thing on TikTok. China, all they have to do is get an influence on there, and Americans will follow them to the fucking grave no matter what it is.
We do that too with YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, YouTube
So
is
are you
not nearly as bad.
So hold on, are you? Oh, YouTube's worse.
No, it's not.
Look at Prime Girl in my DMs earlier.
Yeah, and Prime is a thing of TikTok.
Oh, and I should probably put China in there too. I want to visit China as well, just because I'm gonna learn.
Yeah,
Mandarin.
but that guy started as a douche tuber.
Have you not seen what happens to the people who go on holiday to China?
No,
They don't come back. Nobody sees them.
A lot of them do go missing.
I know people who've gone to China.
Yes, and they are not allowed to record what happens outside of the cities. If they do, they get shot.
Okay, then I won't record things outside of the cities.
Or they just come back as a clone.
Like, you are literally only allowed to record or quotations remember the good things about China and lie about what's actually happening there.
Well,
Sounds like North Korea.
I'd still want to
Yeah,
go there
but
and see.
They let a lot less people in there, and people have.
And then I'd
active
probably want to go to
in there.
Korea because, yeah, Mofa's been to China.
South Korea, I think.
Well,
is the
that's why
okay
he
one.
acts like that. He took a beating. Oh, okay. I understand. It all makes sense now.
What game are we playing after this, guys? Because I want to play a video game.
Well, Clocks
I
is
don't
probably
know.
going to bed.
I've only
so I
got
won't
computer
be...
games installed.
My phone and none of my apps worked while I was there.
Yes, because they have got it to the point where their network will only allow Chinese-made products to work in their country.
I have a Samsung. That's Chinese.
The software on it
Clocks
isn't.
is saying that she's not going to bed.
Oh.
Excuse me.
That isn't what I said, Def. What I said is anything that they will only allow Chinese-made stuff to work there, which means their software.
I still want to go. You're not going to stop me. I'm going to learn Mandarin. I'm going to go. And then I'm going to learn Korean. And I'm going to go to South Korea.
You should go to North Korea. I hear it's a lot nicer there.
Yeah, here China's a great place to live as well.
I'm not going to go to China to live. I'm not going to live
so
there.
So is the Middle East.
Oh my god! I swear, any idea that I get,
But
these
no, Middle
two
East is actually
instantly
not that
fucking
bad.
just
And yes,
Unless
that
you go to Saudi
you
Arabia
will get attacked
as
by
a woman.
you will get attacked by a automobile driving samurai in New Zealand. There was that guy that just got hacked up like a couple of months ago for like standing in a road or something. Some dude jumps out of his car and slices him up with a samurai sword.
Can't have the
Yeah,
people
see?
living in good.
I've just reiterated the point I made. They do not allow you to have anything that isn't made in
Well,
China
yeah,
working over there.
I would be there for
They
the
have-
experience. I'm
They have
I'm
their
not
own
going.
version of YouTube. They have their own version of Facebook, of
Okay,
Ooh,
so
Like, it's
I'll
a Facebook
bring
I can
Messenger.
I'll
save you
bring
a lot of
books to
money.
read.
No, you're not
they
allowed to
won't
do
let
that.
you have them.
They won't let me bring my book
No,
to
No,
read.
you're not
In my
allowed
why would
any.
you want to go read in another country
Def,
anyway?
you are not
I'll
listening to
have
us.
to look into. I will have to look into this to see what I can
Death,
do.
here,
To see if I
Death,
to
I
see
will
what I
save
can
you.
actually do if I really want to go
No,
there.
Def.
Death,
See,
I'll save
you've
you a
gone full
fortune.
American. You are not listening to us. They will not allow anything from the outside into their country that will
Yeah, you're
that
not
may
going
be
to get
passed
Well,
on
they'll
to the
let me wear my
citizens.
clothes.
as long as they're
right?
made in China.
As long as it doesn't influence any form of the outside of anything outside the country. Like, you are literally not listening to us right now.
Yeah, you
They
can
will-
bring anything that fits in your bag. That's what Mofa just said.
Unless we will go through it at customs.
Yeah, there was
Okay,
that one
well.
guy who made that really shitty song. They actually
Okay, so
killed
I'll
him
buy
in China
copies of my favorite books to bring that I want to read.
and smuggle them in your butt.
It just won't work. Yeah, that's why I said text, like my actual paperback books. I have like paperback books that I could bring. I wouldn't do digital copies, and I
Good
would
luck
keep
bringing
them
in
in
Oh,
an
I
anything that
thought
ebook.
you
gives any
meant.
hint to how much better it is to not be in China.
I
Because
thought you meant that.
they
Like
run the risk.
originally, that's what you were doing. I didn't even think that you were. I never even thought about trying to use your digital shit. I thought you meant like physical copies.
Yeah,
but-
that's what I meant was physical copies.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
they
can
won't
Yeah.
let you
physical.
have those.
No, like if
Is
if
this
it
proof?
gives
Show me that. Where do you get? Where do you learn this from? Because
the
Mofa here
people who
has
have
actually
been
been
there.
there. VoIP are illegal. What the fuck is VoIP are illegal in China? VPN. Okay, I don't have a VPN, so I'm not worried about that.
You'll need a VPN to read a hard version of a
Well,
book.
no, he just means like technology. I can understand not having access to any of the technology that I usually have access to. That I completely understand. They're trying to cut everything from the outside world like that.
Which is what we are trying to explain to you.
No,
Anything.
that's no. You're trying
Again,
to
you're
say
talking over me.
even a book.
Yeah, because
Well,
you're
they do
talking
have a
over
lot of
us.
books. There are a lot of books that are banned in China. A lot more than there are in, well, maybe not North Korea, but
Well, I'm not Mofa. Again, I'm not worried about the internet stuff.
But that is what we are
I'm
trying
not
to
worried about
explain
that.
to you, but you keep talking over us. Anything that gives any hint to life outside of China
No,
will not be allowed into the country.
I'm not talking over you because I get what you're saying. I just want to. I don't see how they can do that. I don't see how that. And where is the proof
But who's
of
going to
that?
stop?
Because
Who's going to stop them?
here's Mofa who's been there, and all he's talking
how
about
many books
is
did
anything technological, and that's another thing I don't know. But see, I want to know. I'm asking for actual like how did you learn this? I'm not
Because
saying you're wrong. I'm
I
not
learned
saying that at all.
just what I've heard about it. People that's been there and shit. Like,
electronics
'Cause
will not work.
I've
Anything that can be
also
passed on to the citizens that will even mention the
Yeah.
outside world will be taken off of you.
yeah,
Those
I'm not worried about
Have
electronics.
some kind of
that-
restriction on them. If
I
it's-
didn't know that they.
bringing
I mean, I didn't know about the
Physical
VPN thing, but
books to China
Not to
from
mention,
USA.
like the people, like you go there, you can't. You will be watched the entire time.
Yeah, yeah.
that's
I
also
don't
true
know.
for Russia if you're American.
Oh, fucking A. Okay, prohibited and restricted items you cannot ship to China. I don't want ship to.
Well,
Import
I mean,
and export regulation. No.
you kind of are shipping them if you're putting them in your carry-on or like your bags and whatnot and taking them with you. That's counts as shipping in a lot of countries.
Okay, here's TripAdvisor.
Depends on
Weird question.
go to, because I don't know if that applies to carry on luggage or
Okay,
Logic.
TripAdvisor. I know
Case
this
logic.
may sound weird, but I'm curious as to the rules with certain books in China. I am currently reading Obama's book, and I was, what types of books should I stay away from? I know nothing about China or its leaders or religious books or what else. That won't be a problem. I brought books in that are actually banned in China, but I didn't know that when I packed them. I usually bring about 8 books, and they've never been looked at. If you have a suitcase full, that's different, especially many copies of the same book. Yeah, because they think you're gonna end up giving them out.
Believe me, if they
Nobody
decide to
has.
search your shit, like RTSA sometimes randomly searches people, and searches their luggage. If you get searched, they're going to put up a big stink about it, and they're probably going to take your whatever books. I just wouldn't take any. Buy books while you're over there. Don't bring books from America. Buy a
Well,
book over there and read it.
they're saying there's no issues on TripAdvisor. These people are people who go there. I travel with a Kindle e-reader loaded with something like between 150 to 200 books at any one time.
Well,
Plus
yeah,
current
that'll
books
work,
found.
but
Not to
Well,
that's
mention
this
you're
usually
not
pulled
like
out.
on a network.
This
Not to
is pulled
mention
out
you're
for
reading
security
reviews of
inspection in
people who
China. I've
get
never.
paid to sell tickets.
Oh my god! Not everyone on TripAdvisor. Oh my goodness! Shush.
I don't know about
They
that, but as long as like you have books preloaded onto something, that won't be a problem. You just won't have access to like Audible, for
Interesting
example.
to see these questions, how ignorant so many people are about China, victims of American propagandas. They really believe. See, this one I think is bullshit.
Aries
Did
isn't
you?
American.
I do agree. There are things that I would not be able to bring. I do totally agree with that.
I mean, why would you want to take a book to read in another country? I mean,
Just
absorb
because
the.
sometimes I need to read something.
Let me
Because,
finish. Let me
sorry.
finish. Absorb their culture. Read whatever they have on the shelves over there. Go to the bookstores over there and find a book to read. Don't I don't understand why you would. That's like
Well, if I'm fluent in Chinese or in Mandarin at that time, yes, I could
they
do
have
that.
books in English over there. I'm sure.
Oh, really?
I'm
I
sure
am
they do for the
pretty sure they
tourists.
don't.
They don't want to push anything English or westernized onto the Chinese, as you guys are clearly telling me. So why would they have English books on their shelves? They
Oh,
would
it's
have
not really about the
Mandarin or
Western. I mean,
Cantonese, or they
they
would be
treat the
pushing.
Japanese and the Koreans and everybody else the same way. It's not just
Well, yeah,
Western.
but
They
that's
also
but
treat
again,
the Russians the same way.
that still goes with what I'm saying. They stick to their Chinese, Cantonese, Mandarin books. So if I am fluent, yes, I have no problem. I would go ahead and try and read those. But I'm not saying I would be fully fluent
Well,
enough to
just
do
absorb
that.
that culture. You shouldn't have
Yes.
time to read.
Well, what if I have trouble falling asleep? Then I read my
do,
book.
do what I do. Take sleeping pills.
Frog. I don't take sleeping pills.
Oh,
I
you
actually
should
don't even
try it.
have
They
any.
help a lot.
I bet they do.
I just took 3 of them.
Oh my god, Rog. I thought you were
What?
going to play Medieval Dynasty over here with clocks.
Well, that was before. I had already taken the pills whenever I said, well, I wasn't going to play Medieval Dynasty, but Clocks is probably going to bed, so. And then she's like, I'm not going to bed. And I was like, oh, well.
Okay. Mofa says he had a VPN, had my special phone plug adapter. I used my phone to translate for me every day. I got searched on the trip back, but not there. Yeah, you can
Well,
take
that's
whatever you
randomized. The
can
searches
pack,
are randomized.
whether they're banned or not, because they're not going to fine tooth comb your stuff. Fox, for the record, I never
However,
told him I was going to bed. Yeah, Rog
a lot of the
just
citizens
thought
have
you
it
were going
drilled
to.
into them about the fucking same thing in America during the Cold War that if they have any suspicions of the person next to them to report it because better and they get shit. You get reported for
Yes.
having that shit, they will go through everything.
Yeah, actually, China does have a
Oh, yeah,
social
Credit.
currency type of thing. Yeah, for
yeah, there was a talk about a rating system in China. Like the higher
there
rated
is.
you are, is that in effect now?
I don't think
I
that
thought
actually
it
went
was.
through.
You don't think that? Okay, I'm glad it didn't. Like that was really
Because
Well, that's
fucking
the
okay.
bullshit.
You're
The
not a
negative
Chinese
side
citizen.
of it was the lower your social
True.
credit went, you'd end up losing access to public services like trains,
Yes.
buses, taxis, hospitals. That.
Exactly. Like that was scary reading that article. Oh, hey. Apparently our debate over here about China got us over the 3-hour mark.
Honestly, surprised it
What's
didn't go.
scary about that? You don't live there.
Well, no, it's scary for the citizens. Even though I don't live there, doesn't mean that I don't feel for the citizens and have empathy for them.
On 2 points, in general, yes, I do. Then on the counterpoint, they're so fucking closed off. But how many games have you been on where the entire lobbies have been filled with Chinese cheat?
True.
I don't think they're cheating. I think they're just that good.
No,
That could be. That could be too.
the vast majority of hackers are actually from China and Russia.
There's, in my experience, if you don't pass a certain bar in any Asian country, I'm pretty sure they put you down before you're 18.
And if you're the second boy or the second girl, then nah, sorry.
Yeah, then you basically a house slave.
Yeah.
I think they abolished that rule, actually.
Did they?
It may
I'm
be
pretty
one of
sure
those things where
yeah.
they officially abolished it, but unofficially families still go along with it.
Well, and maybe it's just instead of being like one boy and one girl, maybe it's just 2 kids. Anything over 2, then it's just like, meh.
I'm pretty sure China figured out, okay, we got a problem. There's all these boys, no women.
Well,
And
and China's
two men can't get together and make a baby, so we're having a problem with our population.
well, and China's overpopulated as it is. Then that's why they had the 2 children rule put into place, if I remember right.
They need to do that for white trash in America.
One
Now what?
child? No, what happened was is that because they got overpopulated, they cut it down to 1 child per family, and then they started panicking because they didn't realize that 2 parents having 1 child would literally cut the population in half every generation. So then they
that
started
makes sense.
promoting families having more.
Um,
Because
well,
ironically, the Chinese government can't do math.
and what is with this, like, China not accepting Taiwan as a country? Like, why is that a thing?
You know,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole. They've been like posturing and threatening and.
Yeah, even, like, we have celebrities who will call out Taiwan, and then they will have to go back, like, saying good things about Taiwan, and then they'll have to backtrack and apologize to China for calling out Taiwan in a good measure because according to China, Taiwan is not a country.
Yeah, but the Palestinians say the same thing about Israel.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but at least
and
Israel has
Russia
USA backing it up.
and
Taiwan doesn't
Russia
have anybody.
Russia kind of thinks the same thing about the Ukraine.
Yeah.
And I mean, like that's everywhere. Like every country, like has. I mean, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors in American politics, but I'm sure those words have been uttered about Puerto Rico and America and other American territories like that.
And I guess the only reason I've noticed it with Taiwan is the fact that, like, even John Cena had to apologize so then he wouldn't lose his access to China.
Why would he want to go there?
Well, no, his stuff, even though his, like, movies and
probably has a
stuff
cheaper
did
Wi-Fi over
shitty
there.
here in the it did really shitty here in the US, they did really good in China.
I much prefer Japanese girls to Chinese girls. I think they look prettier. I don't like anything in China.
I think Asians are pretty.
Well, yeah, but like the Chinese ones always like they got like the baby fat faces. Or at least a lot of the ones I've seen are. The Japanese ones though, I mean, well some of them also have that, but they also like can be like I don't know, I've seen like a lot of really pretty Japanese girls, but that's probably racist and I don't mean that as a racist thing. That's just my observation.
Did appeal that both, but I more leaned towards Chinese. Japanese, A lot of them are going over towards the whole uwu. Fuck
I
that.
like uwu. I like whenever girls uwu. It's cute, but whenever Scaly does it, it pisses me off. So
It makes me hear it. Whereas on the counterpart, the ara ara thing, that one I can understand.
What's the ara ara thing?
It's the more mature woman version of it, basically.
I don't know that one. I'll have to look into that one.
If you hear the, it's a
I'll have
very,
to find it. I'll have to find a cougar and tell her to say "ada ada."
it's
Yeah.
See if it does anything for me.
an audio perspective, very fucking different. The uwu is supposed to be the fucking cutesy, oh look at me, I'm so childish thing. The ara is more of a
Yeah.
mature woman thing.
Oh, so Aries likes the cougars.
Oh, clearly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a
Yeah.
good cougar. I like cougars too.
I prefer people who don't
course.
spend their lives on their knees.
I generally like any woman
Really?
that's like above 25.
You wouldn't want your woman at
They got their shit together. Well, most of them do.
Yeah, because
okay, everybody.
most of the
They get a little
uwu
bit of
people
season
spend their
to 'em,
fucking lives on their
they're pretty.
knees. The other one don't.
Okay, everybody. Oh, it is about that time. And topics got really interesting here at the end. Learned a lot. And I hope you guys have a great fucking day. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas. And I hope you have a fantastic New Year.
Oh,
Yep,
and
good
because
night,
the uwu
everyone.
and because the uwu thing, a lot of them are
Aries is
femboys.
still going.
Aries is gonna
A lot of the uwu fuckers are femboys. None of the
Rog,
other
are you
ones
a
are femboys.
femboy?
I
Rog,
mean,
are you a femboy?
like Willow does a cute uwu.
He does have long hair. Rog does have long
That
hair.
one does make me physically uncomfortable. Oh,
But
Hmm.
Willow's got a cute little
I
uwu.
just don't like that one. It's just I hate it ever.
This
Like
is a debate for next time, maybe.
The main difference is
We'll find those
uwu.
sounds.
There is like a 70% chance of the person saying it having a dick, whereas with the ara
Yeah,
ara,
see,
that
Clax
isn't
is
going
with
to
me.
happen.
Ara ara. Ara ara. She doesn't know what it is.
Well,
Is it
Clocks
ara ara or ada ada?
Ara ara is
Rada,
what
rada sounds like
is one R.
Arara.
It's one
Ara.
R.
Okay,
Spanish.
it's one R, so no rolling of the tongue. Got it.
Well, they can roll it, but generally it's one R.
Well, if it's rolling, it's generally more than one R. Ara. Ara. Ara ara.
Ah.
How can you roll just one R? Ara ara.
Ara ara.
Well, he's over there deep throat now. What the fuck that was?
A gluck, a gluck.
Yeah, no, fucking. Never eat
Glug
a bag
Glug
of
3000.
never eat a bag of crisps before trying to do that.
Oh.
Upside, it just lodge a load of shit.
Anyway, you guys have a great night. We'll see you next week, and I hope you are. Let us know if Wednesday is working out for you guys, because well, it works out better for us. So, have a good night.
Wow.